Awesome racetrack tonight. Very rare that we see mud like that up on the wall here at Prestige Pools, Waikato Park Speedway. You have a nice drivey track. Real races track tonight.
If it was going to be slick, I'd say it was going to really play into the hands of the likes of the new rear steer 4-bar cars, the likes of Pete Dixon and Mickey Quinn. But tonight, might just have evened up a little bit. A little bit of showers forecast tomorrow, so rightio. This group gets unleashed for a run. Local favourite, 99A, Mr. Entertainment, Shane McIntyre. Macca, one to watch. Always entertaining in the 99. Let's see how it's just not afraid to follow into one. Richard Dreamer. It's 79 track, and he's got a few moments while this is going to 4 and behind up the 8 car. Pretty keen to get away. That's quite brave to admit it to warm up. He wants a clear track. Wants to get a handle on this. Flynn looking good. There's this Matty Smith. He's back to watch and see what these guys are with each other. Next New Zealand champ, Steve Flynn in the 5. The very bright green. And Matty Smith in the 46 and behind. Closing in on Brent Emerson. Emma has a big moment up. So McIntyre just flies up the inside. Emerson in the Lovelady bull chassis. And McIntyre at 99. He is certainly, if you see him out on track, keep an eye on him, because he's always on the figure action, always entertained, and a bit like Ben Hardy, half firing around and get that bumper right next to the concrete. Just a bit of a taste. Seeing these guys having a bit of a run, guys and girl, with Caitlin out there in the field. One more group. Thank you. One more group of cars out. And this will be, you could call him a local hopeful, but he's registered to Huntley, born in Christchurch, been living in the city of Sales for decades now. Young Craig Cardwell, son of 4 times New Zealand champ Tony Cardwell. They sort of still work as a father and son team on the car. The other night they were busy having to talk about setups and what have you, what they're going to do. The new Pro-X, latest of the Pro-X cars built by Steve Muir and Morris Cowling down in Mount Maunganui. Fantastic car, and he's starting to really get a handle on it too. Now, how many times am I going to say this? Another one to watch. Who don't you watch? 817C, Jackson Lovelady. Great to have him up here. And actually, the one driver that was going to be here that's not in the program because it was an early withdrawal is Ricky Bolton. Actually, I'm not sure why he's not here, but withdrew earlier on. That was the start of last week, or end of last week. Ricky's not here.
Jackson Lovelady.
Paul Simon. No, the race driver, not the singer. The 7 car at Cromwell.
Because I don't know.
If you're wondering why there's a T on the side of the car, that is the
come
track
here and just point.
designation letter for Cromwell. There'll be a rest, but don't ask.
Because no one's stopping me.
Racing guys number 8. Simon just trying to get a handle on 1 and 2. so much around the country. Travelling is so important for these guys if they want to do well consistently over the years. And that should be the last, will be the last of groups for practice. All right, so Hans, I think Hans, our regular commentator here at Waikaraka Park Prestige Ball Speedway, who's in the commentary booth tonight. I'm Malcolm Sines, by the way. Great to be back. I'm not doing much these days. It was nice to be back the other night. Just doing this meeting and probably the team's champs. Hans, our regular competitor, along with Jordan. Hans, I might hand over to you. I'm going to go down to the pits and see everybody's sort of set up, ready to go. Hans, I'm going to let you go through and just do all the grids and the groups, if you like. You can actually do the grids as well. However, we'll print it out, but we'll give you all the groups for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship.
Thanks very much, Malcolm. Great to have you here at Prestige Bulls Waikaraka Speedway as well. So as Malcolm has said, we have got a number of heat races to go through before tomorrow night's final for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. And for the first round tonight, 3 heats to decide points leading into tomorrow night's action. So first up, we will give you the groups, and then we'll go through the heats as well for tonight's action. So Group A will be the 1NZ of Sam Waddell, the 23P of Mick Quinn, the 24A of Ben Harding, the 492N of Campbell McManaway, the 53M of Mark Hutchins, and also the 6M of Gary Edwards. Group B, the 21N of Ian Burson, the 124M of Dan Corrin, the 34T of Ray Stewart, 92M of Scotty Hayward, 27S of Joe Ingram, 77K of Roscoe Creswell, and the 26A of Wayne Garnett. Group C will be 2NZ of Grant Flynn, 16R of Mark Osborne, the 63A of Nige Moe, 16S of Thomas Korf, 46E of Paddy North, and the 94M of Caitlin Hayward. Group D will consist of 58C Richie Taylor, 17M Pete Dixon, the 96A of Lance Jennings, the 49M of Bodie Abrahamson, 33B of Chase Rodder, the 88N of Dave Munera, and the 36A of Mike Pigler. Group E will be the 3NZ of Steve Cowling, the 5B of Steve Flynn, 46M of Matt Smith, 26N of Shane McIntyre, the 99MA of Shane McIntyre, and the 79S of Richard Drever. And the final group, Group F, will be the 27M of Chris Cowling, the 8H of Craig Cardwell, 817C of Jackson Lovelady, 7M of Brent Emerson, the 8S of Craig Korf, 7T of Paul Simon, and the 48A of Wade Jennings. We'll go to the heats for tonight as well, so you want to keep writing through your program. Heat 1 is Group A and F. Off Grid 1 will be the 27M of Chris Cowling. Grid 2 will be the 8H of Craig Cardwell. Grid 3, the 23P of Mick Quinn. Grid 4, 817C of Jackson Lovelady. Grid 5, the 24A of Ben Harding. Grid 6, the 8S of Craig Korf. Grid 7, the 1NZ of Sam Waddell. Grid 8, the 7T of Paul Simon. Grid 9, the 492N of Campbell McManaway. Grid 7, a 10, the 7M of Brent Emerson. Grid 11, the 6M of Gary Edwards. Alongside him, the 53M of Mark Hutchins of Grid 12. And then 48A, Wade Jennings off Grid 13. That's the first heat for tonight's Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. So that, of course, being heat number 1 for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Speed Championship. So just to go back through all those drives and what group they will be in. So 1NZ, Sam Waddell will be in Group A. 2NZ, Grant Flynn, Group C. 3NZ, Steve Keller, Group E. Trevor Rogers, scratch, he's out for the night of the event. 5B, Steve Flynn, Group E. 16, Gary Rogers, Group A. 17, Greg Emerson, Group F. 17, Paul Solomon, Group F. 8H, Craig Tadwell, Group F. 8S, Craig Ford, Group F. 16S, Thomas Paul, Group C. 16R, Mark Osborne, Group C. 17N, Pete Dixon, Group D.
Hans, just interrupt you for a moment because I've just racing up now. Just let our defending champ out for a lap of honour, Sam Waddell. Just down the back straight at the moment. So he's got some Willies too, so you've got the youngsters with you. Sam Waddell, 1NZ, defending champ. Way too many lawyers going on the water truck. Of course, his father's two-time New Zealand champ, Jake Waddell. We'll just get on with that in a moment. Hans, these guys are on track. Mark Hutchins in the 53 car as we get our Green Parade is underway. Working straight away on the track grid, which is great to see. It's already the track turn forward, it's just peeling a little bit. I've lost my brakes. So here he is, this is Sam Waddell, 1NZ, the Shaker Spray car. Shane McAteer, one of the local favourites, Mr. Excitement. Always a great ride to watch. Really entertaining for sure. The 99 Toby Rack car. Then behind him, Mick Quinn. One of these late model type American super sleuths, race steer. You'll see how different it is once he gets racing. Interesting he didn't go out for hot laps. Ben Hardy. One of the guys you could say probably should have won a New Zealand title but hasn't. Could it be this year? I know he'll do everything he can. He solved his problem, he had a bit of a miss in that motor at about 5,500 RPM. He won the meeting at the Springs the other night, the Super Series over there, and that was with the miss in the engine. So he'll be really on fire tonight with everything going well. Ray sorted out the motor. Some issue probably with fuel pump. Got that sorted. 3NZ. Steve Cowell, one of the two Cowell brothers. Machines people coming from Wanganui. Brother Chris, the father, MC, Morris Cowell, ex-Midget champ, Super Sleuth Drive Supreme, multiple South Super Sleuth car titles. And he's a huge driver of what goes on behind the scenes. He's always in the bits, always working hard and trying to improve. And everything they do is super professional in their outlook. The 27 car tucked in behind Joe. Check there's Joe. Dan Corr. Jackson Goodman, Group D. Big Tex, that's another one of these late model experiments I've set up for this year. You see what we're doing in the Jackson before, they just look so good on the track. Nige Moe in the 63 car. Yeah, 27 perfect line. Chris Gallo. David Era, the 88 car. Scotty Hayward, poster spray coat number 1. And Scotty's in. Lance Jennings. The ICG 96 doing about this 493,000 lap around Whitewater Park. His brother Steve Flynn, New Zealand champion, 5B. Two of them from Hawke's Bay.
Ray Stewart, Group B. 36A of Mike Higgler, Group D. 46E of Paddy Moore, Group C. 46M of Matt Smith, Group E. 48A of Wade Jennings, Group F. 49M Brody Abrahamson, Group D. 53M of Mark Hutchins, Group A. 58C of Richard Taylor, Group D. 63A99, Group C. 77K of Roscoe Creswell, Group B. 79S Richard Drever, Group E. 88N of Dave Nera, Group D. The 92M of Scott Hayward, Group B. 94M of Caitlin Hayward, Group C. 96A Lance Jennings, Group D. 99A Shane McAteer, Group E. 124M of Dan Corrin, Group B. 492N of Campbell McManaway, Group A. And 817C of Jackson Lovelady in Group F. That is your competitors for this weekend's Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Swing Championship. All the groups, of course, as I said, a number of heat races to go through prior to that 30-lap final tomorrow night to decide the New Zealand champion.
Alright, well, thanks for that, Mark. First person I'm going to talk to is the Super Saloon driver. What's that all about? Wayne Hemming, welcome along, good to see you.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here.
So this is, what do you reckon, more precious than a Rotorua?
Yeah, probably will be when I got up on the footing.
Some people don't know what you're talking about, so we'll explain. Very good V8 engines.
Oh, certainly, I think me and Carl were the first ones to Cornets in New Zealand. And, a few people followed us through there, and there's quite a few engines now. That's good to see.
What's the end for you?
I've been with 20 years, so my advantage is program relevant, just outside the New Zealand program, so it's good to be bring something new to the table.
Stay asleep in the game, which you have to do, don't you?
Oh, we have to, yeah. But we're here today, Cardwell's one of our good mates, and we thought we'd come up here and support him, and he's come and supported us a few times on the season as well, so
It's just another fight like So then who after him is supported?
well, Campbell's a good mate, Campbell's an ex-top driver, so he's racing with Paul here, so certainly Campbell.
Enjoy your weekend, you here for both nights? You're going to go super stop?
No, I'm racing tomorrow night, the GP down Huntley, so but we stay back in Rook, just come up today, and you go out there racing Huntley tomorrow night.
Well, good chance there's not a huge field, but they will disappear.
It makes it easy for us.
Sure does. Hey, good to see you, Wayne. Righty-ho, we'll just catch up. Man, he was talking you up. What do you reckon, Craig? Carble, nice to have you along here, and well, at some point it's been your home track.
Yeah, I started up here, so it's nice to be back. Yeah, I guess it's towards the end of the month, so hopefully we'll be back.
shooters done and dusted. Event number 1 on your program. We count down.
I think there is media, but there's something on it.
New Zealand Super Saloon title.
Yeah, it says there's two.
Fantastic condition here.
Oh, I thought I didn't know we were recording.
Prestige Paul, see Mike and the team swing down, sparkle knees.
We're not recording the camera.
He's also the driver
That's why we've got the CF
4A Saloon as well, but as it comes around,
I think I'm going to
87 at the moment, Paul Smith, put your hands through the folks.
fiddling with my.
This week at the sponsor session, fantastic sponsor.
Yeah, well, you
For
quite
our
nice
main event,
here.
taking
One of
first
the big
race
things about
of
it
the
was
night.
I hear things, but I don't hear people talking. I can talk and I can hear myself.
yeah, whenever like he's off isolated you at the moment.
Um,
I'm gonna
but it's crackly. So let me take this off first. So I don't know if I'm on. Is he switching it?
Nice to talk to you. Used to race the 9W, sold the car and he'll be back in the new car for next season, just having the season
Yeah,
off.
that.
So the first of the Super Swing drivers getting ready for that, trying to their cars to be set for their first heat of racing. Last few tweaks. What are we doing? Tidying up and changing the wheel really.
Yeah, anyway, so you guys are recorders?
Just backing up. Watch it, guys. We're not following if you are on the live stream. Hopefully they are showing the next shot at the moment. Quite a bit of work going on to get these guys and girls buckling into their cars at the moment. The arms and boys, safety gear everywhere. The guys from New Zealand will last them on. Comfort in the car is super important. So if you're on the live stream video here, welcome along to the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship.
stay off me at the moment.
So Kevin McManaman back up. His wife Lindsay back
Like it, all I've done is
up.
unplug it.
Matt's come up from the North Island event. Matt's his trusty crew member that does everything on the car.
I think so.
Along with Lindsay, of course. I talked to some of these guys about
solving
this. Get
technical
the race faces on. Well, Steve Gallagher, chief doing stretches.
How you doing?
He got cracked.
Okay. Okay, right, so what I'm going to do is 64 and 2 and
Uh-huh.
Fantastic.
Did you want to just record the races, or are you recording?
once we start recording, we just keep recording.
Yeah, one
Because
thing
that way
off.
it's basically what we usually see it.
Oh yeah.
Sitting down and start to concentrate. Face on Mark Hutchins in the 53 car. So next stocks will be just about set to go. So I go upstairs to Hearts and call this.
Right.
Alright, so Jordan, those Jordan's a call.
Here we go, get underway with the rain race. First couple of next stops. Out on the lead at the moment, 116A. Right behind him is the 116R. Murray. Down the back stretch, the time going to the town ends. That's England leading them around. And that grey white spot on the number
The last words he said is, we're on your live. Well, I go for this as a problem. I thought I was trying to tell the story, right? Yeah, if you want to.
it's good to speak to the leader.
Got a yellow
Not
here.
always. Otherwise it's just boring watching one car go on.
Yeah, and since I'm not on farm, I won't focus on that.
Sure. And there's the rest of the other cars there that will leave here just for
Okay.
and on your looking back table.
Okay, sounds good.
Your top five at the moment is the 116A, 116A, 49A, 82A, and 23C. So that's the top five at the moment. Eight laps, 6 stops. Here's 9. The other lights are up, we're going to get back for the restart. Zach Ingram leading. Leading the race as we go back to green. Zach Ingram leading. Oh, we're going to go through right down turn 1 and 2. There's a bit of a battle here going on. Oh, 23 C's going right around the outside there. 23 C's in Christchurch. Jake Berry gone right up in the second place. Kate Murray back in the third. Jaden Hickler in fourth. Oh, a little bit of a contact there going down to first round 4. As they come down the straight. Zach Ingram leading now. Jake Berry in the 23C in the second. Kate Murray third. Here comes the 24A, starting to make his move. 24A of that Anna. As he goes right around the outside down the back straight. He's starting to make his move. 24 car. Oh, a little bit of a contact there between the 24 car and then 116. But I couldn't get up and get past the so that's leading by half a hour to the back straight. 23C is just makes me go ahead. So there's a little bit of a battle there between 16 and 0. And so your top 5 at the moment is that Ingram, 116A, 23C. Jake Berry, he's in the second place, 24A in third. Kate Murray in fourth, Jaden Smith in the fifth spot. So that's the top 5 at the moment. Kyle Matthews, a little bit of a problem there down the straight. As they come through the town bend. And the yellows are on. I think. And the yellows are on.
and Zach Ingram comes very comfortably here. And the checkered flag comes out, and Zach Ingram comes to one of the first race for the winning stop. Second is Jake Perry, just coming across the line there. Jake Perry second is 23C, pushing away out Zach Cannon in third. Fourth will be Elijah. Fifth will be the probably be here Sullivan. So Zach Ingram will take the win of the first minute stop here tonight. Yep, this one is called One Family Speedway. Yeah, good stuff coming in. And also I want to mention about the minute stops. These minute stops are fully guys here. They go from 8, 12 to 16. And of course I have some bit of history in this race class. That season to go. So right now I'm 24 years old. Yeah. So Zach Ingram coming around, taking two flags, so coming around the boats. Here he comes. Come on, front straight. Put your hands together for Zach Ingram on the first heat of the minute stops. I'm going to hand it over to Hans. Back.
We get set and ready to go for the first race of the Piper Drive New Zealand Super Sprint Championship. Big thanks to Paul Smith and the team at Piper Drive for the sponsorship of the event this weekend. This is heat number 1 as we see groups A and F. Good to see featuring in a local New Zealand champion, current New Zealand champion, 1 Sam Liddell, turning out straight green, Shapen's great car. Also featuring the local 24 and Stardust Drivers colour car. So we're going to go back to the groups for number 1. Off group 1, this is Chris Kell. Group 2 is 8 Great Car. Group 3, 2023 Mick Quinn. 817C Jackson Lowe, Group 4. Group 5, 8S Craig from 6. 1NZ current national champion Sam Waddell of grid number 7. 7T is Paul Simon from grid number 8. Grid 9, 492M Campbell McManaway. 7M of Brent Emerson from grid 10. Grid 11, 6M of Gary Edwards. 53 Mark Hutchinson, grid 12, and off the back 48A of Wade Jennings. And cars, heat number 1. Piper Drive New Zealand Super Sprint.
Jackson Lovelady. Oh, watch out, he'll come onto track. Luckily, the others avoid him, bordering on a dangerous re-entry, but nothing comes of it. Thankfully, Emma has to check up on Edwards.
8 laps down, Malcolm, 4 left to run.
Oh, Cowling gets a sniff up the inside. Here's a big look on Cardwell. Harding closing in now on Quinn. Harding will get an idea on the lap times from Hans later. Harding is flying. So is Sandwell on the 1NZ. Out in front it's still Cardwell, right under pressure from the 27 of Chris Cowling. Closing in now on lap traffic. Incredible. First heat for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Champs. And the pace difference is remarkable. So lap traffic as they get one to go. Well, Cowling, he'll have a sniff here. They're on the back of Lovelady. Emerson up ahead. And the 7 car of the other 7, Paul Simon. Cardwell gets around Lovelady, so it'll be Cardwell from Chris Cowling. Go back to Mick Quinn will come across in third. Harding for a solid 4. Oh, right as he finishes the race, his left front collapses on the 24 car. And that will be from the incident the other week, it was Tuesday night. How lucky is Ben Harding? Literally, the moment he crossed the line, the left front suspension has collapsed on that car. Well, work to do for the guys. Very, very lucky. Get it hooked up, get it back. And Cardwell also had the car turned around down in turn 1. And he gets the checkered flag, he'll come round. But yeah, left front suspension damage. Quite often we talk about it where you get damage and it doesn't come apart straight away. Normally it weakens joints, weakens steels, weakens the welds, and at some point it gives way. Ben Harding, well, is that a sign of the luck that maybe it's going to be his way this weekend? Because that literally happened the moment he crossed the finish line. Remarkable. Right, we'll just pop up to Hans for a sec while I go and have a chat with Ben. Just have a look at the lap times on there, Hans.
Thanks, Malcolm. Well, what a wicked first race for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Absolutely awesome. Which, of course, do have a slight error with our ELS system at the moment, so we're just trying to get that sorted out. But
well, while you're doing that, I'll just have a look here. Sorry, Hans, because I'm just catching up. They've taken the bottle off so they can hook up the front clip for the Harding car. Just trying to have a look at where the shock mount has gone. So that definitely would have been from that hard contact into Wayne Garnett's car the other night. Garnett went in hot on McIntyre. He had nowhere to go. Front damage on that. Ben, just quickly. Maybe that's a sign of luck going your way. On the finish line, it collapses.
Yeah, it collapsed going down the back straight. I can feel it, and it's broken a cast bar and shock and top arm. So lucky we got over the line.
And you got plenty of guys to fix it?
Yep, we'll be on it.
Good man, rightio. So, Ben Harding, driver of the Sutton Tools. Colonial Bacon and Ham, number 24 from Auckland. Team are going to be hard on it, getting that repaired.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah. Sorry, Hans, sorry.
Yep.
Just to explain too, it's people go, what are you talking about? It was the right side of the car that hit Wayne Garnett's car. But what happens was he slammed in, checked up, and then Chase Roder went in hard into the left-hand side of Ben's car. And that's where all the damage happened. So that's why I'm quite sure that will be from that incident. Sorry about that. Back to you, Hans.
Good stuff, thanks Malcolm. Rightio, we'll quickly run through a couple of results for you from the earlier races in the night before we move on to our next event for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title. 6 shooters, first heat. The win was taken by the 87 of Paul Smith. Second home, the 49A of Andrew Drinnan. From the 88A of Jess Burden, third. fourth home, the 27A of Ian Blackman. And in your fifth position was the 28 of Laura Peterson, completing the race in a race time of 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
All right. Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Next race out on track. The 3NZ of Steve Cowling will go off to Ian Burson. Man to watch in the 21. Boy, look at the talent in this. Ex-New Zealand champions. Steve Flynn in there is a past champ. Shane McIntyre, multiple champion. The 124, Dan Corrin. So these are, Hans, which group are we doing here?
We've got groups B and E here. So off grid number 3 will be the 34T of Ray Stewart. Grid 4, the 99A of Shane McIntyre. The 124 of Dan Corrin from grid number 5. Grid 6 is the 5B of Steve Flynn. Grid 7, the 46M of Matthew Smith. The 27S of Joe Ingram from grid 8. The 92M of Scott Hayward from grid 9. 26N Shane McIntyre from grid number 10. 77K Roscoe Creswell off grid number 11. 79S of Cardreva from grid number 12, and the 26A of Garnett from grid number 13.
Well, just salivating at the battle we're going to have right off the start. It's a north versus south battle, just to set the tone for this heat. Ian Burson off grid 1. Steve Cowling off grid number 2 in the 3NZ car.
Just quickly, Malcolm, just to repeat that top 5 from the first race. The winner, the 8H of Craig Cardwell, from the 27M of Chris Cowling, from the 23P of Mick Quinn, 24A Ben Harding in 4th, and the 1NZ of Sam Waddell home in 5th. Fastest lap of the race was the race winner, 8H of Craig Cardwell, for 15.3 second lap time.
All right, we'll give you points updates as soon as we can, but we're going to go racing, race fans. Two, Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Here we go. Oh, they're backing up. Down in 1 and 2. Round goes Ingram in the 27 car. Burson gets away. Stuart Harding to the side of the 3 car. Oh, it won't be long before we get someone upside down. They are hard from the start. Steve Flynn, big look round the outside. Corrin in the 124. Cowling goes backwards. Ray Stewart grabs an opportunity. Has Cowling got a problem? McIntyre in the 99. Flynn comes around the outside. As he does, backs it in hard into 1. Gets the spot off McIntyre. Burson's gone out the front. He is long gone. Matty Smith with a huge lead coming off 3. Where do you watch? Action everywhere. Matty Smith closing in on Hayward in the 92. McIntyre making his way from the back of the field on the back of Ingram in the 27 car. Corrin right out against the wall, coming off turn 4 in the 124 car. So it's still Ian Burson way in front. He has got the length of the start in the straight lead over Ray Stewart, who has got a place ahead of the 3NZ. Steve Cowling, here comes Corrin, looking for a pass on Cowling. As we go, we got drums going to touch up down in turn 4 with Matty Smith. And it's a fake open. So, Hayward's going to get back on track. Sorting in Coastal Spray Coat car. Contact in the back. And it looks like can't sit down. Hopefully this car's okay. Two Mount drivers getting together. Let's see what the referee's doing to go. Didn't see. So the Matt Hans, did you see that?
Yeah, looked as though the 92 of Hayward got a bit crossed up there, and then the side of Smith. I'm just looking at the Hayward car coming past now, the 92. Looks as though he's got a bit of panel hanging off the side of it as well, but nothing too major to hinder his progress. There we go, the question now being asked. Hayward feels as though no, he wasn't the cause. Smith feels as no, he's got to go back.
Yeah, well, they'll just force the issue. Yeah, basically just asking the question of the officials. So we'll wait and get a call from the referees. So you wouldn't have had a chance to see that incident, unfortunately. So Hayward's going to park up and wait for Dion at parking course to go and have a chat. Someone got COVID in the commentary booth.
It's not me. Ron Dawson sounds. He sounds like he's got COVID. Pardon the pun. Just quickly, while we've got a chance, Malcolm will go back through that top 5 from the first race of the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title. The winner was the 8H of Craig Cardwell. Second home, the 27M of Chris Callan. Third home, the 23P of Mick Quinn. Fourth home, the 24 of Ben Harding. 1NZ, Sam Waddell home in fifth. Well, we've got time, we'll keep going. Sixth home, the 53 of Mark Hutchins. Seventh home, the 492 of Campbell McManaway. Eighth was the 6M of Gary Edwards. Ninth, the 7T of Paul Simon. 10th, the 7M of Brent Emerson. 817 Jackson Lovelady home in 11th. 48 of Wade Jennings home in 12th. And the 8S of Craig Corf in 13th.
So what will be happening is Dan will be getting an update from the officials who are watching from outside, making a call on the on-track incidents. Not a great spot for Dion because he's just the messenger, generally, bearer of good or bad news.
Just quickly too, Malcolm, the 53 of Mark Hutchins. He was the big mover in that first one, moving forward 6 places.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, that's the key too, Hans, to watch is not who wins and who comes second or third, but the place gains. That's what you want to earn. Place gains, points gained over these 5 heats. So it looks like the call's being made. Hayward. Yeah, I think, is that what you said? Was Hayward got a little bit wrong and Matty went in?
Yeah, it looked as though Hayward crossed up a bit and that caused it. He didn't have that tangle, and then 46 of Matty Smith Campbell into the side.
Yeah, so they called a prime cause. Fair enough. Rightio, here we go. Back for a restart with
6 laps left to run as the 21 in of Ian Burson will lead us away.
Corin's gone for a big pass around the outside, lined it up, and he's got the 3NZ. 3NZ's gone back to 4th place now. Steve Flynn on the charge. Oh, racing racetrack. Brilliant from the Super Saloons, making it work. Hayward goes straight away to get one spot back. Flynn just checks up down through 1 and 2. Oh, Ingram in the 27 car's got a handful. That car's not working on this track. Hayward around the outside of Garner, chasing down the multiple New Zealand champion in the 26. Down front, Burson extending his lead over Stewart. Then it's Dan Corrin in the 124. Back to Cowling. Chris Cowling, it is Steve Flynn. Shane McIntyre in the 99th book. And Roscoe Creswell and Matt Smith.
Laps counting down, 2.5 to run now for your race leader, the 21 in of Ian Pearson as he works his way through turn 3 and 4.
2 things to watch. Hayward is flying. He is angry in that car. And ahead of him, smoke starting to come out of the McIntyre number 26.
Hayward now looking for a pass down on McIntyre through Ferns 1 and 2, Cemetery Bend. Going to look for the opportunity down the back straight. Can't quite find it. We'll look for it again down through 3 and 4. Side by side they exit. McIntyre knows he's right there next to the wrong side of him.
He just shut him down, but Hayward's come back. Has to get off it as he was up on the pole line. Still, checkered flag for Ian Pearson. That is another race win for Ian Pearson. Race Stewart in second.
Phenomenal stuff from Pearson. Third home will be the 124 of Dan Corrin. From the 3NZ of Steve Callan. Then go back to the 5B of Steve Flynn. 99 of Shane McIntyre behind him in 6th position. From the 77 of Creswell. Then go back to the 46 of Matt Smith. 26N of Shane McIntyre. And the 27S of Joe Ingram. And behind him will be the 26A of Wayne Garnett.
Boy, how angry was Hayward. He stole it. after being put to the back of the field, being deemed the cause of that incident with the Yellows. An amazing drive from him, but I tell you what, Ian Burson, here he is, the takes, number 21 from Nelson, said before the meeting. The worst he's done is second place this year, and he's done it twice. Everything else has been a checkered flag. Give him a great round of applause. He came close to winning. He was the man, the fastest at Huntley years ago, and he was sick with glandular fever, so that was him. All right, we'll go back up to Hans.
Thanks very much, Malcolm. Of course, just looking at the fastest lap of that race as well was a 15.06 set by the 21 in of Ian Burson. As said, he was on an absolute flyer of a mission. Put your hands together for him, folks. He's in the Tates 21 in machine coming around now on the back straight. As we get set and ready to go for the third heat for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Big thanks to Paul Smith and the team at Hyperdrive for bringing us this event. Don't forget as well, naming rights sponsor here at Waikato Park is Prestige Pools. They are based up at Karapira Drive in Whangaparoa. Mike and the team only too happy to help you out with your swimming and spa pool needs. And of course, don't forget as well, Bruce and the team, Robertson Holden, does a lot of work around here. Still has a number of vehicles for sale. You pop along and see him, as well as them. We've also got Porter Hire, TWS, PTS Logistics, as well as Easy Print and Signs, Solder Cartage, Lucas Oil Products, to name the sponsors here. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. Right, third heat for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. This is groups C and D. Off grid 1 will be the 58C of Richard Taylor. Grid 2 alongside him, the 96A of Lance Jennings. Grid 3 is the 17M of Peter Dixon. Grid 4, the 2NZ of Grant Quinn. 16R Mark Osborne. Off grid number 5. Grid 6 is the 16S. 4th out of Stratford. 88 million Dave Manera from grid number 7. Grid 8 is 63A95. Grid 9 is 33B of Chase Honor. Grid 10, the 94M of Caitlin Hayward. 46E, P North from grid 11. Grid 12, 49M of Bodie Abrahamson and Mike Pegler from 13 off the back row. Oh, we seem as though we've got problems too for the 96 of Lance Jennings. Looks as though he's behind on the tow truck, needing a start. Oh, that's going to be hampering for him. That is absolutely going to hurt him.
We'll just quickly grab Lance. Mate, Auckland fans behind you, that's got to be gutting, not the way you come out for your first heat, and obviously serious issues.
Yeah, something's gone wrong. It stalled on the dummy grid there, and I pushed the button and it wouldn't go, so we got her out onto the track and started it, but something's really clattering around somewhere, so it's either an engine or a transmission issue. Good timing.
Unbelievably bad time. Commiseration, mate. I know you've been chasing this elusive title for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. It's just another race meeting at the end of the day, but it's my 50th season, so I wouldn't mind it being somewhere up in the bunch.
Good, wouldn't it? Well, let's hope it's not too serious. He can fix it up. I know when he says that it's just another race meeting, he would love to have a 1NZ. It's a different deal. You have a trophy sitting at home in your lounge with a big 1 on it. It's way more than just a normal race meeting. Rightio. Going to have another lap at least. So Richie Taylor from Woodford Glen Speedway, Christchurch, the Suck It Up, number 58C. Yeah, what's happening? That's Lance Jennings would have been off 1. Is that right, Hans? 96 would have been off 1. That is gutting.
And the 96 of Lance Jennings to go alongside the 58 Richie Taylor from grid 2. So grid 2 will be an empty spot, so Taylor's got the front row to himself. This is going to a good advantage for the 2NZ of Grant Flynn to get away cleanly as well.
Yeah, watch Dixon. Here's a chance to get a really good idea of what these West Air type late models can do. The Pete Dixon car, number 17, he was incredible at Bay Park the other week in the slick.
Back to that third row there, Malcolm, the 16R Mark Osborne. He was the last driver to win the last New Zealand Super Saloon Champs held here at Waikato Park.
Sure was. As we get underway, next group, let's see who's going to show their hand early. Watch out for Dixon. He will back that car in hard, but he's going to lose a ground, lose a spot to the 2NZ. They rub panels coming off 2. Osborne hard up the inside of Corf in the 16. But out in front, Richie Taylor. He just squeezed that little car up and away it goes. Watch out for Flynn, the 2NZ, Grant Flynn. He's got a handle on the track straight away. Paddy North back there in the 46 car. Looks like he's changed back to Flynn too. He has got a knee on the side of the car. Nigel Moe just picking him up. Oh, Caitlin Hayward just into the back of the 88 car. That is Dave Manera. Out of Nelson. So the field's splitting. Osborne just trying to find some pace to catch the front guys. The Stealth Jesse car, he and Tiny's built a bit of a gap between the top 4 and the rest of the field.
Another withdrawal from the event there as well, Malcolm. The 36 of Mike Pegler pulls off as well.
Yeah, not nowhere in the class of this. He's sort of wrong pace for these guys, probably better off there. Out in front though, Richie Taylor is flying. Grant Flynn in second place. Go back to Pete Dixon in the 17 car. Then it's Thomas Corf in the 16.
Fastest lap at the moment is the Pete Dixon 17M car, 15.70.
Yeah, I want to see him get it out. Here he goes as I say that. Out to the wall on turn 1. We want to see this car hold it out there and be able to do some passes. Obviously the key to winning a title.
So with 5 laps left to run, your race order is the 58C of Richie Taylor.
Oh, Dixon around the outside of Grant Flynn. So Dixon's made turn 2 work. That shows what that car can do. He's putting his hand up, sorry Hans, but that is exactly the stuff that we need to see. And the guys that can do the passes around here will be right up the sharp ends.
2NZ Grant Flynn moves into 3rd position now from the 16S of Thomas Corf and 4th. Mark Osborne, the 16L, round out your top 5 from Nigel Moe, Caitlin Hayward, Bodie Abrahamson, Dave Manera and Chase Rodder for your top 10.
Great battles back in the pack too. Osborne just not a lot of pace, and in behind him, Nigel Moe battling the leg injury in the 63 car. Oh, there might be engine issues or something sounding a bit odd in the 16, the Stealth Jesse car of Osborne. And here comes Abramson, Bodie up the inside of Hayward. So they'll go 2 wide into 2.
White flag this time around for your race leader, 58C Richie Taylor.
So it is definitely problems for Osborne in the 16. That's why they're catching up to him. He's losing at the top end on the revs. And Bodie's closing in. And the 94. But a race leader, down to the line. Richie Taylor hangs on by a bumper from a hard charging at the finish. Pete Dixon in the 17. Outstanding race from Dixon. Flynn settles for 3rd. Thomas Corf in 4th. Then it'll be Osborne, Moe, Abramson, Hayward, Chase Rodder. The 88 from Nelson of Dave Manera and the 46 of Paddy North. How competitive is this? Paddy North struggling to go forward.
Just to give you the split between the 58C of Richie Taylor and the 17 of Pete Dixon, 0.1015 is the difference. Right, so just to repeat your top 5 for you from groups C and D. The 58C of Richie Taylor, your race winner. 2nd home, the 17 of Peter Dixon. 3rd home was the 2NZ of Grant Flynn. 4th home, the 16S of Thomas Corf. Fifth home, the 16R of Mark Osborne. Then go back to the 63 of Nigel Mulway. Bodie Abrahamson, 49M in 7th. Kaylin Hayward, 94M in 8th. Chase Rodder, the 33B in 9th. 10th was the 88N of Dave Manera and the 4060 of Hattie North to round out the field. So that is groups C and D done. Third heat for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title. Right, they'll be back up very, very soon. We'll get set and ready to go. 6-shooter racing, event number 6 in your program. Don't forget, of course, folks, these are the qualifying races to find the finalists before the repechage and then that 30-lap final tomorrow night.
Just to explain too, because this sort of thing that catches people out, they are referred to as groups A, B, C and D, and yet they've also called them 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right, so A is 1, obviously, B is 2. The reason apparently is issues with C, B, D, E sounding similar on the radio and the RTs. So they're just clarifying that. I don't know why they didn't go with Alpha Bravo. But anyway, so we're not going crazy. Yes, they're called Group 1 and they're also called Group A. Just to avoid confusion.
How was your summer holiday, Malcolm? Have you had one?
Oh yes, thank you. It's been brilliant.
TWS Superstock Champs, what were your thoughts?
I'm the wrong person to ask. I thought it was going to absolutely chuck it down, so I stayed away.
Good man, good man.
Yeah, too nice at the beach. But anyway, I don't think anyone wants to care about my holiday. Nice to be back here at the City of Sales though for this. New Zealand Hyperdrive Super Saloon Championship has. This track is just awesome, honestly. And when you see the likes of Dixon passing out there, the guys, I'm losing my grandstand, my little commentary perch every race because they are out wheeling it down, rolling it, and doing a great job to keep this track in top condition. And it really is. These guys are able to do some passing. It's fantastic. Now, have we got another heat of supers up next? See the drivers and crew come here a little bit of track.
Heat number 2 for the 6-shooters. Your next event up very shortly. Malcolm, of course, looks as though we're just trying to get a bit more packing on this track down to keep it in supreme condition. Still another 2 rounds of qualifying heats to come, or of heat races.
Yeah, and then they'll have 2 more, I think, tomorrow night. You can tell how good a track is when you walk across it and your boots weigh about 2 more kgs by the time you get to the other side. Extremely good track. Right, well, this gives me a good opportunity to catch up. 6 shooters to be out. I'll try to keep this short. We'll just have a quick catch up down here. One of the jobs a lot of drivers like to do themselves is the tear-off. Sam Waddell and the 1NZ defending champ. Sam, welcome along. Great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here and looking forward to defending the title.
Nice to go out on a track like that.
Yeah, hey, I love those tracks, and we missed the setup a bit with the first one, but you know, we love those racy tracks. You can go hard on the throttle, you know, and hopefully it also has a nice cushion. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And the format? What's your thoughts on the format? You get 5 good heats to rack lots of points up.
Yeah, hey, you know, we won under this format last year, and every race means different. You know, you need a bit of luck on your side. And last year we ran 5 good heats and got through cleanly, and we ended up on the front row of the final. So you know, whoever's going to win this deal this weekend has got to have 5 clean heats. And hey, we probably could have capitalised on that one a bit better, but yeah, we'll keep pushing on. And yeah, format's format. I've only run under this 5 heat deal. I've never done 3 heat format, so yeah.
Oh, because you're so young.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, you still doing some karting?
I haven't, not recently. I've still got all my gear, but haven't really done a lot with COVID, and it's been, you know, no international travel and whatnot. It's been a bit of a halt to it, but yeah, we'll see what happens in the new year, and yeah, may come back.
That's had quite an impact. That's sort of affected your racing and probably a reason why you got the 1NZ on the side?
Yeah, well, definitely. You know, the speedway's over the summer, so during the winter I'd be racing the karts, and you know, before I won the title last season, well, I just got back from the Worlds in Italy, and you know, that was probably, you know, an elite level of racing at a world-class level.
Was that 4th you got there?
Yeah, I got 4th over there, and you know, so that high intensity level of racing, you bring it back here. You know, your mind mentally, you're always in the mindset.
Nice to hear someone talk about the mental side. It is huge. We don't talk about it much. We talk about tyres, dirt, track surface. mental. It's all up here, eh?
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, and everyone needs a good run, but you know, you got to have confidence in the car, and you get on a good momentum, which we haven't really had lately. But hey, we're feeling good out there, and yeah, anything can happen on the night.
Yeah, I think you've had some bad luck stuff, haven't you? No barbecues tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, good stuff. Well done. Best of luck for the rest of the weekend, Sam.
Thanks, Malcolm. Down the pit side, talking with the current 1NZ and national champion, Sam Waddell. Righto, 6 shooters on track, ready to go for their second of the night. Off grid number 1, it is the 24 of Mike Bergen. Grid 2 is the 28 of Laurie Peterson. Grid 3 is the 88 of Jess Bird. The 27 of Ian Blackman from grid number 4. 87 of Paul Smith from grid number 5. 49 of Andrew Drennan from grid number 6, and the 43 of Neil Honeybell off the back in the V8 powered 6-shooter, the 42 car. So lights are out. We're going to go green this time around. 8 laps, the race distance. They just slowly crawl their way down the back straight. Watch for Paul Smith starting off the 3rd row on the inside. He was the Heat 1 winner. As we look for the green, look for side by side, we're really off and away with a start. Down into 1 and 2, it will be the 28 of Peterson who leads us. All relatively cool and calm down through Cemetery Bend. 1 and 2 are the 49. Being driven by Andrew Drennan, looks for a pass up the inside. That is on the 27 car, being driven by Ian Blackman. So early race leader, the Laurie Peterson in the 28 car from the 24 of Mike Bergen. Then it's back to the 88 of Jess Bird, who's got Blackman right behind her in the battle for 3rd and 4th at the moment. Paul Smith sitting in 6th spot in the 87 car. He's trying to find a way around the 49 of Drennan. But meanwhile, still out in front, Laurie Peterson is peeling off and away from the rest of the field. A good little tight bunch, however, further back between the 24 of Bergen, Bird in the 88, Blackman in the 27, and the 49 of Drennan. Paul Smith joins into the action now. Free wide down through turns 1 and 2. And the 6 shooters, and they keep it clean and tidy. Down the back straight, this is a fantastic battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It is between 27 of Blackman, who takes 2nd spot now from the 88 of Bird. Paul Smith looking for a pass down through turns 1 and 2 on the Bergen car, gets it done out wide. In fact, Bergen actually comes off with problems here in the 24 car, so we lose him. So his lap starts to count down. It is 3 laps left to run for the 28 of Laurie Peterson, out with a fantastic lead at the moment in the Treeborough car. 2nd spot still belongs to the 27 of Blackman. Then go back to the 88 of Bird from the 87 Smith, and then Drennan. And the 43 of Neil Honeybell running at your field. So Peterson with a fantastic lead will get the white flag this time around. Down the front straight he goes. He has got 460 metres to run. 2nd spot still belongs to the 27 of Blackman from Bird in the 88. And then Paul Smith just outside the top 3 at the moment in 4th position. But he's going to look for a pass down the back straight. He's going to get down through turns 3 and 4. He's going to look for a late charge. As Peterson picks up the win. Smith still on this charge for 3rd and 4th. Won't get there. So Smith will finish in 4th position. Bird will come home in 3rd. Blackman in the 27 home in 2nd, and your race winner by a mile, the 28 of Laurie Peterson. A fantastic drive from him. That is heat 2 for the 6 shooters done out the way.
All right, I'm going to jump in down here in the pits now because there's so much going on with the High Drive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. That last heat, as I was alluding to, sounded like Mark Osborne's car was developing a bit of a miss because he was good through the corners. Mark's just having a look at the moment. Any ideas, Mark? That's the last thing you need?
Yeah, no, it's not ideal, but no, we'll have a look now. You've had a bit of a misfire coming off the turns and down the straight, so yeah, not handy when you're a bit down on power, especially on a track that grippy, but we'll have a look, see if we can find it. So.
You were saying you were busy trying to figure out handing and thinking about that, and then suddenly, hang on, I've got a bigger problem.
Yeah, we have got a couple of problems, but we'll sort it.
Good to see. Last time you won your title was here.
Yeah, it's a grass track, so hopefully we get this piece sorted and we'll be right. So.
We'll check back with you. Mark Osborne, ex-New Zealand champ in the 16 car. And Just trying to think. Pete Dixon down. He's talking to someone with a huge smile on his face. I don't know why he's got that. Pete, well done. You'll be happy with that. I was just say, walking over, you got a big smile on your face. I know why. You'd have to be happy with that.
Yeah, I feel like we're just taking it pretty easy there, and it was super fast. Like,
are you trying to just really mental everybody up by saying that? Because they'll all be hearing that, going, oh, he's taking it easy, going around the outside.
I think everyone thinks we don't go very good in the driving track, so you know it's pretty good. I think we'll tune the car up a bit more so we can actually go a bit more aggressive on it. So, and then the track's going away as well, so we've got to make sure we don't go too far one way.
They're working really hard to try and keep the track. It's got plenty of moisture, so I think we have a great track. Hopefully, most of the Waikato always comes back with moisture too.
Yeah, Wolfhound does come back here, and man, the track prep guys have done an excellent job. That track is so racy and driving fast. Just hopefully it keeps a two-lane track the whole weekend, and we'll be sweet.
Is part of that about guys like you getting out and making it a two-laner as well?
Yeah, I guess, you know, people do got to get out there and can't just have one guy sweeping the track. You've got to have quite a good 5 guys maybe to make it work up there. But I guess in saying that, the track guys need to do their bit too. But if we work together, it should be a wicked track and wicked for the spectators.
A very valid point you say about the guys saying, oh, you know, driving track. Not really what these things are almost kind of designed for. They're fast and a slick, smooth flowing thing. But I guess that's the key. If you can make these things work in that, then you've got the package.
Yeah, it's just about learning the car and having a lot of seat time, really, which we haven't had too much of. But yeah, we'll keep ticking away.
Good stuff. Well, enjoy it. The best thing is you're enjoying it, eh?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun and it's a bit of a challenge. I love it.
I think both well. I think we're in for an absolute ripper of a championship, aren't we?
Yeah, it should be good actually. It's like turning out to hopefully it's a ripper one.
Is it like that? You know, as a driver, you think if you win this one, it's a really good one to win because it's a great track, great field of cars, so competitive.
Oh yeah, there's 20, 25 guys here that could all win. You know, so the fields are that competitive, probably the competitive they've ever been in Super Saloon. So it's good.
Best luck for the weekend, Pete.
Cheers, mate.
That was Pete Dixon in the, I'm going to get it right, the 17 car. I'm getting confused with my number. 17N. Alrighty ho, the next race is coming around. I'll go back up, Hans or Jordan with the race call.
Thanks, Malcolm. Back up here with mini stocks, heat number 2. 8 laps, the race distance, and off grid number 1 is the 78 of Dylan Chatfield. Grid 2, the 116 of Zach Ingram. Grid 3 will be the 49 of Jaden Hickford. 196R from grid number 4, 73A of Owen Marks from grid 5, 82A of Zaria Simpson from grid number 6, 17A of Ryan Hoskins from grid 7, the 137 of Pinnacle from grid number 8, grid 9, the 68S of Bronson Pierce, grid number 10, the 74K, grid 11 is the 7A of Lloyd Clark as we go green. 8 laps for the mini stocks. Second heat of the night. Watch for early race winner, the 116 of Zach Ingram. As they go round through turns 1 and 2 onto the back straight. Your early race leader, the 24 car of Zach Hannum. 20 cars, of course, in this field tonight, and he will lead it away nicely. Watch for the 116 of Zach Ingram as he wants to try and work his way through the pack. The 82 of Azaria Simpson, another very strong driver around Waikato Park as well, will try and work her way through the field. He's already up to the 52 of Hunter, trying to make a pass as Zach Ingram goes out wide and tries to make a run down out wide as well. But still, it is the 24 of Hannum who's your race leader from Clark, back to Fitzgerald, and then the 23C of Jake. Up in the 68S of Bronson Pierce, that is your top 5. Then go back to Matthews, Hickford, Simpson, Ingram, and Hunter for your top 10. So the 24 car, Lloyd Clark, still, Zach Hannum, sorry, is still your race leader, doing a fantastic job out there in front, down through 1 and 2. Lloyd Clark sitting in second spot in the 7A car, trying to catch up to the 24 of Hannum at the moment. And then go back to the 23C car as well, a visitor from Christchurch. Also trying to get in on that podium action. Further back, the 28K from Kiki Fitzgerald in 4th spot, from Matthews in 5th. Then back to Simpson, Ingram, Hickford, Pierce, and Pinnacle to round out your top 10. So as the laps start to count down, it will be 3 laps this time around for your race leader. The 24 of Zach Hannum, fastest lap at the moment, a 20.73 belongs to the 82 of Simpson. Oh, 3 laps left to run now for the 24 of Zach Hannum car. Lloyd Clark trying to do all he can in the 7A to catch up to him and then go back to the 23C of Jake, who is having a sniff at the 7 car now of Clark. That's the battle for second and third. Bit of lap traffic planking havoc for the likes of 82 of Simpson and the 116 of Ingram. Ingram got the outside run over Simpson at the moment with the 28k car involved there as well. Ingram trying to look for a line up the back straight to see if he can make a pass on the 28 car. He is going to get it done, so that will move him up into 4th position. Ingram in the 116 Ray White car. Final lap for the mini stocks, heat number 2. 24 Hannum, your race leader. Half a lap left to go. 230 odd metres, in fact, as he works his way down through turn 3 and 4. Will come out onto the front straight. The 24 of Hannum will pick up the race win. Second home will be the 23C car of Jake, and then third home will be the 7 of Lloyd Clark. Fourth home, the 116 of Zach Ingram from 82 of Azaria Simpson in 5th, and then go back to Fitzgerald. Matthews in the 113 car. Hickford in the 49 and 8th position. 52 of Tyson Hunt will come home in 9th spot with the 137 of Pinnacle to run at your top 10. And then Hoskins in the 78 and 11th. Owen Marks in the 73 and 12th. From Fitzgerald, Pierce, Dylan Chatfield in the 78 and 15th. And then Murray, Bertram, Chatfield, Trina and Dalzell to round out the field. Mini stocks, heat number 2, done and dusted. 12 to 16-year-olds. Fantastic to see these guys and girls turning it on here. Of course, here at Prestige Pools Waikato Speedway for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship.
Don't forget too, there's plenty of food out there. It's open around Prestige Park, Prestige Pools, Waikato Park Speedway. If you're feeling a bit peckish, but don't do it just yet, because we've got the next round of Super Saloons about to come out on track. And of course, finals night tomorrow for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship here at Waikato Park.
Quickly just go back through those results from earlier on, Malcolm, just those first 3 races that we had. Groups 1 and Group 6, Groups A and F. The winner was the 8H of Craig Cardwell. Second home, the 27M of Chris Cowling. Third home, 23P of Mick Quinn. Fourth was the 24A of Ben Harding. And fifth, the 1NZ of Sam Waddell. Groups 3 and 4. Now those are Groups C and D. First home was the 58C of Richie Taylor. Second, the 17M of Peter Dixon. Third, the 2NZ of Grant Flynn. Fourth, the 16S of Thomas Korf. And fifth, the 16R of Mark Osborne. And then Groups B and E. First home, 21N Ian Burson. Second, 34T of Ray Stewart. Third, the 124M of Dan Corrin. Fourth, 3NZ of Steve Cowling. And fifth, 5B of Steve Flynn. Those were the first rounds of Super Saloons action. And out now will be Groups A and E.
So the last of the cars come round and grid up, so a few of them getting to go off the back. They do, over the 5 heats, generally it's mixed up. It's not as perfect as it would be in, say, a 3-heat championship where you get a front, middle, reverse grid. Some guys might have an extra grid on the inside, but it is a championship that a few of them, they've been running a few seasons now where they sort of feel it's the fairest thing. One of the ideas is to go away from that 3-heat format where we just have carnage for the first corner and about 15 restarts. But that's not to say that's not going to happen tomorrow when we run the final race. Right, so pit gate open still for Mark Osborne. Is Mark out there? Yeah, Mark Osborne it'll be if he's in this one. They're trying to find that, so it'll be a 3-minute bell, and it's whether or not he can get out here. So just check, is 16R, 16R supposed to be in this? No, the 26 car of Shane McIntyre comes through. And he will park up for a 3-minute bell, it would seem. I don't know where his crew is or what his issue is. He's going to have a few more doing up belts and stuff, I'd say. So we did see oil burn smoke come out of his car at the end of that last race. And I'd say he's just the last moment doing up belts and what have you. Hopefully getting all the safety gear in place. So hopefully Mark Osborne's got another race or so to try and figure out what's going wrong with either the fuel or the electrics on the Stealth race car. And McIntyre wouldn't want to coughed up a front start grid here either, so he makes his way up.
Yeah, Mark Osborne will be out on the third of the second round of racing, Malcolm.
Awesome, thanks,
so
Hans. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe we'll just keep an eye on that, see if there's anything that they've found on that. Certainly the updates in between the Super Saloon heats. So he's going to be a good battle. To multiple New Zealand champ, Shane McIntyre. Mick Quinn, who's been racing a long time on and off up in the States and back here, and with one of these sort of rear steer type cars that we just saw Pete Dixon show
Just
what
another
they can do.
Just another interesting factor too, Malcolm, is going to be that sun coming off turns 3 and 4. Now it's starting to get lower and lower.
Yeah, I think just that's how there's just a couple of little gaps there, isn't there, that didn't used to be an issue with the big grandstand. Of course, that's all gone. So hopefully now we'll see the council actually spend some money and start to do some work here. All right.
Quickly go through the grids for heat number 4, groups A and E. Groups 1 and 5 off the front will be the 23P of Mick Quinn. Grid 2, the 26N of Shane McIntyre. 53 of Mark Hutchins from grid number 3. The 5B of Steve Flynn from grid 4. 46M of Matt Smith from grid 5. The 1NZ Sam Waddell from grid number 6. Grid 7, the 99A of Shane McIntyre. Grid 8, the 492N of Campbell McManaway. 79S of Hubert from grid number 9. Grid 10, the 24A of Ben Harding. 3NZ off grid number 11, and the 6M of Edwards from grid number 12.
So here we go. Outside pace sets the pace speed, and they've got to stay at a consistent speed as they roll around to the white line. Quite a slow pace this is. McIntyre. And Quinn goes early. Quinn definitely went early. We'll see what happens here. Hutchins up the inside of McIntyre. Oh, it's asking for trouble side by side. Quinn tries to steer that car through one. It looks like it doesn't want to turn, but it is going. Oh, there's got to be trouble in this. They're all into it. Harding at the back of this mid-pack battle. So Quinn's gone from Hutchins, then McIntyre, Steve Flynn, the 1NZ, Waddell on the outside of Matty Smith. Big drive and lift off turn 3 for Waddell. McManaway on the outside of McIntyre. They are going too wide at Waikaraka Park. Harding back in the pack. Two of the local operators trying to go for it. Harding, McIntyre ahead of him. McIntyre with a dive up the inside of McManaway. Gets out of it. Waddell and Smith still side by side behind McIntyre. The battle for 5th. Great scrap. Waddell sitting out wide. This will be the run. Oh! Harding's just gone hard into turn 1. Something's broke. He has gone full noise and did everything but put it on its side. A huge crash for Harding. Something must have given way. That just did not turn left and full noise. Hardly a mark on the concrete. It's just stopped about 8 feet to the left of where he hit. Let's hope he's okay. He would have felt that. That was a huge hit at a great rate of knots. So let's hope he's okay. Ben, boy, what a night he's having. Not going his way at all. Great scrap. Waddell sitting out wide. Give him a round of applause. Race fans. Ben Harding climbs out after a very big shunt.
Yeah, Malcolm, I'm just watching that via the video replay. Basically, the car has gone into turns 1 and 2. He's basically managed to turn it in, and then for some reason the whole thing has just flicked to the right. He's very lucky he's not gone over. It has just flicked right up to the right, got up to virtually 80 degrees or so, and wham, straight ahead in that concrete wall, full on, face first. So here again via the video replay for those watching on there, and just to remind you all,
Yeah,
the car flicks in, and then wham, grabs and hooks into the wall. You're virtually right, Malcolm. He's very lucky he's not rolled it.
It was right up on its side. It was like, reminded me, although it's the opposite side, the Bunter Pierce incident down there years ago when he broke his back up on the side of his car. Ben, mate, you'll be sick of the side of me tonight. I'm sorry, this is not going the right way, is it? But firstly, are you okay?
Yeah, a little bit sore, but it was mainly from coming back down from being up so high.
Went a long way. It was a bit like Bunter Pierce.
Yeah, I was more worried about rolling, and it got pretty close.
You were about that far. What happened?
It's just so drivey, and I was pretty hooked up. I tried to move out a little bit, and it was just far too drivey for me.
So nothing's broken. No, it's not a damage to anything. It's just Brenner talent.
Yeah, I didn't expect the track to be so drivey, but I don't think the car's too bad. It's probably wrecked the left front again. I popped the tyre off, but it wasn't too bad into the wall. It was mainly landing on the ground that was the impact.
Well, if you can fix it up, the good thing is 5 heats, so doesn't mean you're out.
Oh, no. We'll see whether we can get it done for the next heat, at least get some points, and then fix it tomorrow and come back and hopefully not do it again.
Well, the track, you do like a driving track. You do like firing it out round here. Would you like it just a little bit slicker?
Yeah, well, normally it's slick come the New Zealand champs, so we're setting up a slick track car.
Well, they need you, so you better go for maybe it's in gear. As we look at the field coming through the infield, Mickey Quinn, he's making that thing. Is this the year that, love them or loathe them, the rest air type setups become the thing? It's how they race in America in the late models, they call them, and in Australia as well. Not the most attractive race cars, and they look like they just want to fold inside themselves, but boy, if you get them going, they certainly work. You've got to feel for being hard. Good to see these okay, because that was a hard hit into the turn 1 concrete.
So 8 laps left to run for Groups 1 and Groups 5 for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title. Race leader 23p of Mick Quinn. Second, the 53M of Mark Hutchins. Third will be the 5B of Steve Flynn. Fourth, the 26N of Shane McIntyre. Fifth is the 1NZ of Sam Waddell. From the 46 of Matt Smith. Then go back to Campbell McManaway, Shane McIntyre to round out the field, as well as the 79S of Richard Drever. So lights are out, going to be set and ready to go for a start next time around. As they amber down through turns 3 and 4. Quinn with the restart. Lights are out, 8 laps left to run. We're up and away, Green.
He gets away fast. Hutchins closes. Tries to get in, but Quinn is quick. No doubt of that. McIntyre. Back there with a pass up the inside of McManaway. McManaway shuts the door, coming back in 3. Great battle back there for 6th place. Quinn has got the 23 Quinn Buildings car hooked up. Waddell. Oh, around goes Hutchins. Waddell just clips the back. McManaway's hopped on the brakes. Oh, they can't believe, have they not gone yellow? They have finally. That's just bizarre. McManaway going slow, going, where's the yellows? Hutchins, who was grinning from ear to ear after the first one, couldn't believe it, as Hans said. 6th place improvement in his first heat. He was loving the track, enjoying the racing, and he's just overcooked it going into 4. The transition from 3 to 4, maybe brake bias. You just see him jumping on the brakes now. Maybe he's just got a brake bias adjustment that's not quite what he wanted, so he's going to wind some weight on that and maybe stop that car turning around. But Waddell did very well to avoid just a little bit of a clip with the 5 getting through. So they did well to avoid any damage from that one. So Hutchins will go in the Hutchins engineering car will restart from the back of the grid. As on the infield and back of the truck, Hardings has haulage number 24, looking extremely second hand. It'll be a lot of work, but there are a lot of guys down there. There'll be the Moe team, there'll be a fair few of them helping out. A lot of them all mates, and in fact quite a few of them have been spending summer together playing on other sort of motorsports, and there'll be a few of the crew probably be going to pounce on that car and try and get it out. So for the restart, Quinn from Steve Flynn, Sam Waddell, the defending champion in the 1NZ, Matty Smith, Campbell McManaway, and McIntyre. Flynn up the inside of 1NZ, but he can't make it work. McManaway, they all back up. McManaway tags the 46 of Matty Smith. Bit of a concertina back through the field. They sort themselves out. Here comes Hutchins. See what he can do from the back. Oh, watch Hutchins go. Tell you what, the guys that get to the back of the field are the ones to watch, trying to make places up.
The 99M Shane McIntyre and the 492N Campbell McManaway in a fantastic battle there as well, Malcolm.
Yeah, these guys, look at this. Oh, Hutchins around the outside of the back, just gets out of it. I thought he had the pass up, but he has to check it up. Quinn still leads from Waddell, the 1NZ. Then it's Steve Flynn, Matty Smith, McManaway, McIntyre, and Gary Edwards. Oh, down to the back of the pack. They're going to tear themselves apart. 79 and Hutchins. Matty Smith now looking really keen on the back of the 5 car of Steve Flynn. McManaway's there as well, ready to pounce. Quinn driving away from the New Zealand champ at the lead of the field.
23B of Mick Quinn with just on 1.5 laps left to run in this, the first round of 2 heats for the Hyperdrive Super Saloon title. He gets the white flag, 1 to run.
Great battle for second and third. I tell you what, Matt Smith, he might have a go for 3rd place as they come down to the finish. Race leader, Mickey Quinn, will come round. Just watching him behind. Matt Smith's getting sideways. McManaway at the inside is Quinn from Waddell. Then Flynn, Smith, McManaway, and McIntyre, Edwards, and back there, the 3NZ of Chris Cowling with nowhere to go.
So
remarkable.
That top 5 order very quickly again for you. First home, the 23P of Mick Quinn. Second, the 1NZ of Sam Waddell. Third, the 5B of Steve Flynn. Fourth, the 46M of Mac Smith. Fifth, the 492M of Campbell McManaway. Sixth, the 99A of Shane McIntyre. Seventh, the 6M of Gary Edwards. Eighth, the 3NZ of Steve Cowling. Ninth, the 53M of Mark Hutchins. 10th, the 79S of Richard Drever. And then the 2 DNFs, 24 of Ben Harding and the 26 of McIntyre.
Now, Hans, have you guys been given any points for any of the groups yet? As soon as we get those, we will give them out. And what we'll do is we will update you for each of the heats on that sheet where we've got the drivers list and what group they're in, with the groups 1, 2, and then their subtotal, so you can keep on top of that. As soon as we get them, we'll be updating those. Very interesting with who's who out here and what's happening on track. So can Harding get his car repaired? Chris Cowling, 3NZ. See if he had an issue in that one. He just, couldn't get him to go forward. But Mickey Quinn, these cars starting to work, aren't they? Working on a driving track, which has really been the nemesis in the past. So as the next group come out on track, Joe Ingram in the 27, Wayne Garnett 26, and Dan Corrin in the 124 car. 88 Dave Manera, Pete Dixon out on track, and Bodie Abramson in the 49. Richie Taylor next through the pit chute, 58 from Christchurch. McIntyre coming through for the photo opportunity of the big flame out where the unburnt fuel escapes out the end of the exhaust and the hot exhaust ignites it. Ian Abrams will be happy. He's got his photo for the night, Ian. It'll look nice with a crazy sky in the background. Getting the last of, so busy down there. Issues with having a big pits of about 40 odd super saloons. We've all got big transporters too these days, so quite a bit of space down there, so it's just taking a little while to get the cars actually around into their pit area. So we'll be a bit backed up. It's funny, you know, just talk to, it's great to catch up with all the different people, especially the super saloon. Great bunch of people all around, both the drivers, but the pit crews, the families, and people that go to different tracks and what have you. And yeah, we know the council have neglected this place for quite some time, but I'll tell you what, where would you find a racetrack surface like this? Everybody's been whinging and complaining about some of the other tracks this season. It's really just quite appalling with dust and what have you. But what a track. Look at how they've had to mark the wall, the dirt going up there because it's so drivey. Bit too drivey for Ben Harding, unfortunately. We'll catch up with him and see where he's at. Hopefully he can get that car back out on track.
Rightio, Malcolm. So this is heat number 5 of the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title. Groups of the B and D, groups 2 and 4. Off grid 1 will be the 124 of Dan Corrin. 27S, Joe Ingram alongside. 96A, Lance Jennings looks to still be out of this one. He was meant to be off the third grid, so he's missing. So the 17 of Peter Dixon will be alongside where he was meant to be. And then on grid 5, the 92 of Scott Hayward. From grid 6, the 49 of Bodie Abrahamson.
Here we go. They get a green. So lots to watch out for here. Dixon off 4. What can he do? But Corrin is flying in the 124 car. Battles mid-pack. Stewart. Racing Ray Stewart up the inside, the 92 of Hayward. Here comes Burson on the outside. Checks it up on 4. In the 21, keep an eye on Burson. See how far he gets up. Dan Corrin has gone. He is clearing out the first 2 laps. Here comes the guys around the outside. This is brilliant. Passing through 3 and 4 at Waikato Park. Burson and Hayward backing it into 1 and 2. What a racetrack. What a show we've got.
124 of Dan Corrin is set his check off and out. He leads the race with the fastest lap of the race at the moment as well, a 15.3816. from the Glens Glass and Aluminium car. Go back to
Stewart, sorry, watch out, Ray Stewart's backed it in hard. Gets the spot on Abramson. Hayward looks likely back gets out. Contact between Garnett and Burson. What a race we've got here.
Dixon progresses in the second spot now with a pass on Ingram down through 1 and 2.
Richie Taylor now looks for the pass on Garnett. Hooks in the Gorge chassis car. Can he make it stick on the outside? Oh, he's got the drive off 4.
Ray Stewart there.
Yeah, up the inside he gets on the Ingram car, 27th. Abramson through. Oh, watch out, Garnett. Garnett and Richie Taylor. Garnett flying through 3 and 4. Garnett's just hooked another gear. Burson in there. Oh, this is some of the best Super Saloon racing you'll see. Mid-pack, it is all on. Out the front. Dan Corrin's gone. Dixon trying to stay in touch. Big gap back to Ray Stewart in third. Then Abramson with a good run. Ingram. Hayward up the inside. Scotty Hayward looking for the pass. Burson tucked in behind. Oh, Burson with a big dive on Hayward. What a pass, Burson. One moment, and he just pounces.
3 laps left to run for your race leader. The 1-2-4 of Dan Corrin, but he's got the 17 in him of Peter Dixon hot on his heels at the moment. Last lap dash. Can Dixon do anything about the flying Dan Corrin at the moment?
Yeah, track slicking is really coming to him now. Ingram, as the track changes, his car's got a big lift. Burson, watch out for Burson. Now he's really flying. He's looking for a pass on Abramson.
White flag, 1 to run now for the 1-2-4 car of Dan Corrin.
Richie Taylor up the inside, as well as Rhoda on Garnett as his car's gone away. Maybe a problem. But it'll be the win for Dan Corrin from Pete Dixon. Racing Ray Stewart, the South Islanders 3 and 4. Burson right behind. Abramson followed by Ingram, Hayward. Then Richie Taylor, Rhoda, Garnett, and the 88.
So groups 2 and groups 4 for your Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title done and dusted. First home, the 1-2-4 car of Dan Corrin. Second was the 17M of Peter Dixon. Third, the 34T of Ray Stewart. Fourth, the 21M of Ian Burson. Fifth spot was the 49M of Brody Abrahamson. Sixth, the 27S of Joe Ingram. Seventh, the 92M of Scotty Hayward. Ninth, the 58C of Richie Taylor. For his 8th. Then ninth was the 26 of Wayne Garnett. Then go back to 10th spot, the 88N of Dave Manera. From 11th, the 77 of Roscoe Creswell, and the 33 of Chase Roddick to round out the field. We'll just quickly go back through your results for groups 1 and 5. Groups A and E. The win went to the 23P of Mick Quinn. Second was the 1NZ of Sam Waddell. Third, the 5B of Steve Flynn. Fourth, the 46N of Matt Smith. Fifth, the 492N of Campbell McManaway. Sixth, the 99A of Shane McIntyre. Seventh, the 6M of Gary Edwards. Eighth, the 3NZ of Steve Callan. Ninth, the 53M of Mark Hutchins. 10th, the 79S of Richard Reaver. Then Ben Harding and Shane McIntyre with his DNFs. Right, so we'll move on now. This is heat number 6, groups C and F. Groups 3 and 6.
seasons. 16S and behind Thomas Clough. So both the course and this Craig Street on the inside lanes here at the Professionals car. Nigel Moe in the 63 car. Two. Craig Cardwell pulls up from the Cardwell's race advice. Hoosier sponsored number 8 into number 2, is it?
So missing the... No, he's coming through now. The 817C of Lovelady. He will start off grid 1.
Yep, so he'll come through.
Along. So it'll be the 817C of Lovelady from grid 1. 63 of Nigel Moe from grid number 2. 8H of Craig Cardwell off grid number 3. 94M of Caitlin Hayward from grid number 4. 16R Mark Osborne from grid number 5. 48 Wade Jennings from grid number 6. 7M of Brent Emerson from grid number 7. 16S of Cork from grid number 8. 8S of Cork from grid number 9. Off grid number 10 is the 7T of Simon, and then grid 11, the 46M Penny North, 27M of Chris Callan from grid number 12, and then the 2NZ of Grant Flynn off grid number 13. This is the final heat of our second round of races for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title.
Chat for Emerson, so tightening some bolts on his car. It's probably the first time he's done that, so I'll go fast. Got a good bunch of guys helping him out this season. He's done a lot of racing. Too busy on the jet skis and the side by sides. So often. Jackson Lovelady will be showing first and the last round. And gets a chance to catch up. So much going on with the stealth car of Mark Osborne, ex-New Zealand champ. So hoping he's got those issues sorted. We'll find out very, very quickly. Set to go to the next heat. Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon champs. See if they can get through 1 and 2 safely. Side by side they go. That track's still nice and wide. Lovelady down low. That one done. Clean so far. Oh, they back in through there. Hayward. Cardwell gets in the back. Here they go. Constantina. All into the back of each other. Cardwell was the first into the back of Caitlin. Then in behind. They're on their brakes. Checking into each other. Wade Jennings in the middle of it. Cowling on the charge. Watch for him in the 27. Chris Cowling back at the back of the field. Along with the 2NZ. Oh, Burson. Sorry. So much going on. It was Paddy North, sorry. And Flynn getting together. Cowling tagged the wall coming off turn 2. Hayward round the outside of Lovelady for second. Nigel Moe has gone in the 63 car. Cardwell looking for the pass around Lovelady on the outside. Emerson out wide. Up the inside comes Cowling. Emo's not going to give that up. Stay out wide. Wade Jennings down low. Cowling up the inside again. Flynn looking for a pass as well. Out front though, Moe driving superbly. Smooth as fast, they say, and that's what he's doing. Oh, Hayward backing it in. Getting a little bit crossed up in the 94 coming off the street. There's Cardwell, Lovelady, Osborne. Osborne must have sorted his issue because that thing is flying.
Half race distance done, and it's Nigel Moe, your leader, with 5 laps next to go, next time around.
Cowling is the charger. Chris Cowling is flying through the field in the 27 car, up to 7th place. Grant Flynn now, trying to make a pass, goes around the outside of Corf in the 8, but can he make it stick? Loses his spot, comes back in 3 and 4. Emerson into the back of Jennings. Cowling, here he goes again, round the outside of Corf. Lovelady ahead, oh, battles up the front, Hayward.
Cardwell to second and third. Moe, can he hold the ball? Gets his jump from Hayward in the 94. Can Moe hold on? Stays down low. Here comes Osborne. Oh, this could end in absolute tears here. As they're backing up. Hayward, Cardwell, second and third. Here comes Cowling. What a drive from Cowling. Round to the outside of the ex-New Zealand champ. He goes. That is brilliant. Oh, Cowling's making the look go slow. Cowling from the back of the field. That is sensational. Moe still leads. Wade Jennings slipping back, but up the front, look at this battle. Right at the checkered flag, so right at the end, Moe from Hayward. Chris Cowling, third place. That is one of the great drives of the night so far. That is outstanding. For Cardwell in there and Osborne, great to see him with his car sorted.
Top 5 again, unofficially off the ELS. The winner, the 63 of Nige Moe. Second, the 94M of Caitlin Hayward. Third was the 27M of Chris Cowling. From the 8H of Craig Cardwell, and then the 16R of Mark Osborne. Just outside the top 5 in 6th position, the 817 of Lovelady. Then back to the 7M of Brent Emerson in 7th. 8S of course in 8th. 7T of Paul Simon from the 2NZ of Grant Flynn, finishing in 10th position. But a fantastic run for this guy. As you folks, the 63 Nige Moe has haulage machine. One of the local campaigners picking up the checkered flag. But got to talk about that drive from the 27M of Chris Cowling. Starting from grid number 12, got his way up to 3rd position. That's 9 spots moved. That is, going off the looks of it, the highest number of places gained so far tonight. Just shows how fantastic this track is at the moment. Well, don't forget, folks, still a couple of qualifying heats to come tonight, and 2 more rounds tomorrow before the rep charge, and then that 30-lap final.
Yeah, what's the quickest times we've had so far on lap timing up the Hans?
Fastest out of that race just now was a 15.75, which got set by the 27 of Joe Ingram.
Wow.
So we're around the 15-second mark. Now, just looking at the previous heats, so they actually come down a little bit. So these guys are obviously adjusting to the track and getting quicker by the moment. Rightio, so 6-shooter feature out on the track now.
Right, just before they get underway, I'm just going to have a couple of quick chats down here, if that's okay. I'll just quick chat with Mark Hutchins down here. Mark, I just quickly saw you before you went out in that last one. You were grinning from ear to ear. You'd made up all those ground, and then what happened?
I'm just stupid. Started 3rd, got to 2nd. Unfortunately, I was catching Mick Quinn, so I thought I'd go for the glory shot and just toasted it. Dumb.
Is it a brake loss or anything like that, or just overdriving? Well, I was talking earlier about how much a mental game this is.
Yeah. I'm going to go mostly overdriving it, but yeah, something went funny in the right rear too, so 50-50.
So you did so well in the first one.
I know, I'm kicking myself.
How often do we see a track like that? That is awesome out there, isn't it?
Oh, it's up my alley too, you know the average in the slick, but yeah.
Most people are.
Yeah, so hopefully this carries on.
Keep enjoying it.
Thank you.
All right, Mark Hutchins on the Hutchins Engineering car, number 53. We'll see him back out there. We won't see the Ben Harding car. As we go back up for the race call.
Thanks, Malcolm. 6-shooter feature out on track now. 2 minutes the race distance for this one. Off front row is the 24 of Mike Bergen and the 49 of Andrew Drennan as they both lead side by side down through turn 3 and 4. Lee Drennan, who has the early race lead on the second spot of Laurie Peterson. Peterson, however, out by side, out wide, and managed to find enough grip to get past, make the pass on Drennan. So Peterson now to the race lead. Watch for Paul Smith. And the 0800 Muscle Machine in third spot at the moment, trying to make a pass on the 49 of Andrew Drennan. It's going to get it done down through turns 1 and 2, so he'll progress in the second spot now. Paul Smith, of course, tied in with 0800 Muscle as well, so he currently sits in second. Still the Tree Pro, 28A of Laurie Peterson leading this one, back in the third position. Still Andrew Drennan from Jess Bergen at 88, and then Blackman and Bergen to round out the field in the 24A car. Down through turn 3 and 4 they go. Clean, tidy, fantastic racing here from the 6 shooters. Their feature race halfway through, 6 laps left to run now. And it's a fantastic battle between the 28 of Peterson and the 87 of Smith. They've got a good 2 to 3 car length lead over third position, who is still the 49 of Andrew Drennan. From Jess Bird still sitting down the fourth of the 88 car. Blackman in the 27 and 5th, and Bergen to round out the field. So down through turn 3 and 4 go your race leaders. The 87 of Paul Smith and the 28 of Laurie Peterson. Peterson just ahead of Paul Smith at the moment in the 87 car. Fastest lap of the race is 16.03, who belongs to Paul Smith. He has got that 0800 Muscle 87 machine working fantastically at the moment. Laps counting down, 3 laps left to run now for your race leaders. The 28 of Peterson and the 87 of Paul Smith. Who's going to have feature race honours tonight? We will know very, very shortly, as it will be 2 laps as they come down the front straight. Peterson, he's got them at the moment with a little lead over the 87 of Paul Smith. Andrew Drennan still sitting in third position in the 49 car. Can he catch the 2 ahead of him and spoil the party? Who will know? Doesn't not have much time left at all, as it's a white flag, 1 to run now. Peterson seems to have this one all but sewn up and in the bag. He's got a nice car length lead over 28 of Laurie Peterson. So the 87 of Paul Smith. But it's going to be Peterson down through turns 3 and 4. He'll come down the line. He will pick up the win. Second home will be the 87 of Paul Smith from the 49 of Andrew Drennan, followed by the 88 of Jess Bird, then the 27 of Blackman and Bergen in the 24 car to round up the field. That is 6 shooters done and dusted for the feature race.
All right, well, that gives me a good chance to jump in down here. He was trying to run away. But you know your place. If I say get back there, you know, Nige?
Yeah, mate, I know.
Nice to interview you because you've just had a win.
Yeah, pretty stoked about that. Yeah, we've not done a lot of racing this year, and yeah, absolutely.
You've been busy playing instead, haven't you?
Yeah, been playing with the jet skis and the side-by-sides all over Christmas, and had a few beers as well, so we've been happy campers.
All right, isn't it? But you've got a little bit of an injury, but you're maybe that's the trick. Hurt yourself and go faster.
Yeah, well, I sort of only just started walking the last couple of days after the calf here, but I'm feeling all right tonight. The foot's on the brake pedal all the time. So.
Best thing is, I think you've got one of the best masseuses on the team now, haven't you? Sort that out.
Yeah, she's been doing the job well. I won't give any details.
Right, hey, best of luck for the next one. Must be lovely out on that track.
Yeah, it's awesome. Nice and dry track. Awesome event. Thanks, man.
Well, thanks, Nige. All right, we'll just shoot down because so much going on at the moment. We'll quickly do it. Great to see all sorts of people. There's a few ex-Super Saloon drivers and champions here. I know Ricker Wright's here. Pete Sloman's here. Can't even keep him away from a good speedway meeting. Just catch up because obviously they sorted the issue with Mark Osborne's car, but I better find out from the man himself. Mark, seemed like you sorted that out. What was the issue?
Yeah, no, the fuel. The carburetor was just leaking fuel in an idle, so every time I come off the gas, she was pouring in. So, yeah, but that was better then. So, car was not quite right, but I was definitely better, so we had some good driving. So.
Frustrating, and any idea what caused it? Why did it just start to happen in that race, did it?
Yeah, it did. Halfway through, it just started, just playing up. I don't know, it's been sitting for a few weeks. We had a look at the car this morning, didn't see anything. Normally when they
good that it's sorted and back on the pace.
Yeah, no, exciting. It's going to be good.
Sure is. Mark Osborne in the 16 others. Stealth chassis machine from Rotorua. Sorry, Paddy's here. Actually, Paddy, I got told you had an N on the side of your car. That is not an N, that's an E.
That's definitely an E. Yeah, always an E, mate.
I heard they were running the super saloons at Glenham, but you sticking with it.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of numbers now. I think it's just me there that's super, so we don't really get to race at home. So we travel around a bit, try and catch some racing at the other tracks. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but yeah, small town.
It's tough, isn't it, down there? That's probably actually one of the smallest towns with a racetrack.
Yeah, quite possibly. I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, no. We have a good number of productions and securities, stock cars, a few saloons, so we get good support from there. Plus, there's just not a lot of the high horsepower cars there, so yeah, bit of a shame, but we do the Ks to do the racing.
Are you still doing double duty and having a saloon as well?
Just a super saloon, and we do a bit of sprint car. We do a sprint car.
Enjoying that?
Yeah. Not too bad. The wing on top, but we give a nudge. Keep trying.
So hey, great to have you up here in Best Lake this week.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Paddy North. Rightio, I think they're going to go. If they go, I'll go up to another lap. Right, that gives me a moment down here. Let's see who we can nab in the pits. Chris Cowan. Quick word. Chris, that was super. Kia ora, get to be out here. That was super impressive.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was one of the back grid draws that time, so yeah, just figured everyone else is going to be on the line, so you want to look at somewhere else. And yeah, the car was, Dad put a good setup on it. Yeah, things just hooked up out there, so yeah, made our way through as the race went on, and it was here by the end of it, we were right in there, so that was grass.
You made that sound so simple.
It's simple when you're out there doing it all the time, eh? So, no, it's just a bit about thinking, making the right move at the right time. Doing that too can go incredibly wrong. We found out last year that, when you come to these events, that doesn't always go your way. So, yeah, we're just having fun tonight and, yeah, see what we can do. So, yeah, it was grass and really hope everyone enjoyed that one.
It's a thing, it's almost like the best goals in football, the simplest one, but when it all comes together, it looks easy.
Yeah, it does. When you've got the car right and everything, it wants to move around the way that you want it to do things. So, yeah, at the moment it's doing really good. So we've got one more heat race. I think we're off grid 5, so we can see what we can do from there.
So enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you, mate.
The race leader at the moment is the 116 of Zach Ingram. He's leading the race at this point here in the feature. We only got 8 laps left to run here. So Zach Ingram is leading the charge here in the 116A. Second place is Ryan Hoskins in the 17A. 68S is Bronson Pierce. 7A of Roy Clark and 4th is one of the marks. So that is the top 5 at the moment. As they go down in the turn number 1 and 2. Zach Ingram is still holding on a very, very good lead at the moment. He has got a big commanding lead and he is holding on at the moment in the front. He is out by a country mile, I would say, and in second place is Lloyd Clark in second, Ryan Hoskins in third, fourth is the 23C of Jake Berry, Bronson Pearson fifth, so that's the top 5 at the moment, 137 of Pineapple, Elijah Simpkins in sixth, seventh is Mark, Jaden Hitchford is in ninth, 10th is Kyle Matthews, so that's the top 10 at the moment. Zach Ingram got another lap in the book at the moment. He's still out in front. He's holding on to that really, really good lead at the moment. And as you can see, it's putting on such a really, really good class here tonight. In that 116 Ray White Sponsor machine. He's still out in front. Lloyd Clark still holding on in second. The 23C from Christchurch is holding on in third at the moment. The 17 of Ryan Hoskins in fourth. Fifth, the 137 of Pineapple. So that's your top 5 at the moment. Elijah Simpson is still way back there trying to make some ground here a little bit. 3 laps left to go for Zach Ingram. He's still holding on in that lead. He's got a really, really good lead at the moment. Second place is still Lloyd Clark. 23C of Jake Berry is still sitting in third. Fourth is Ryan Hoskins. As we've got a yellow here. We're going yellow. We've got a yellow flag now. Got a caution light. caution about, so Zach Ingram is still leading this race. Lloyd Clark in second, Jake Berry in third, Ryan Hoskin fourth, fifth is Elijah Simpson, so that's your top five at the moment. Sixth is Pinnacle, Kyle Matthews, 7, 8 is 8th is Mark, 73. Jaden Pickford in the 49A is in 9th. 10th is Brunson here, so that's your top 10 at the moment. So the lights are out, we're going to get back in action. As they're waiting to come around towards Town Bend. And back to the restart with 3 laps left to go here for Zach Ingram. He's back leading the charge, and he's still leading. Oh, Lloyd Clark is going to try and make a move. No, not quite. So Jake Berry still holding on in second place. Lloyd Clark third. Fourth is Ryan Hoskins. Hit that battle for fifth in the top 5 position at the moment between the 137A. As they come down the front straight, Zach Ingram is still holding on to that lead. Look at the battle, that battle there for the top 5 spot. Kyle Matthews, Pinnacle, and also Elijah Simpson. So that's your battle pack at the moment. So Zach Ingram still holding on to that lead. Jake Berry still holding on in second. Lloyd Clark third. Ryan Hoskins fourth. Pinnacle fifth. Elijah Simpson sixth. As the white flag comes out for Zach Ingram. He's got a really good lead at the moment. So watch that battle pack for the minor places here as they go down the back straight here. Zach Ingram has got a very good comfortable lead. He's going to come down in turn 3 and 4 and he'll take the feature race. Check a flag out for Zach Ingram. Second place will be Jake Berry. Third will be Lloyd Clark. Fourth will be Ryan Hoskins. Fifth, Elijah Simpson. Sixth will be Pinnacle. Seventh, Mark. In the 73A, Kyle Matthews. And 8th, 9th is Zach Hannum. And 10th is Jaden Pickford. So that's your top 10.
Just as you come out next, a lot of Super Saloons are out for the Hyper Drive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship, next round of heat. Just another quick update, saw Ben Harding. They're actually going to try and get some bits and get the car. The issue was getting it up into the transporter. They're going to try and get it out, take it home and start work on it straight away, just to try and get back tomorrow. That's the main talking point at the moment down there. Quick catch up with Campbell McManaway. A few of them, they're Campbell's feeling no ill effects of being quite ill in hospital earlier in the week, but loving that track. He's just one of they all. Actually, it's pretty awesome to do a night and everybody's just raving about the racetrack. It's not just you commentator, not just making it up. The drivers loving it. Probably the only issue is for guys that are maybe a little bit down on power, because certainly when you've got drive like this, that's when you want a lot of boogie under the bonnet. So the guys with the good engines, the really good engines, really find you that. You could say that with the likes of Chris Cowling, a few of the others, but some of them with who are a little bit down on horsepower will be finding it a little bit tough. Guys up in the booth, we had any, sorry, I've been concentrating on other things. We've been getting points through. Or
Yeah, Malcolm, I've got them now through after those first 2 rounds. So what I'll do is I'll go through what the subtotals are and predictably where they're finished or where they're sitting going into this final round of heat racing for tonight. So what we'll do is we'll go in numerical car order. So for example, we'll start with Sam Waddell and we'll go down right through to the highest numbered car we've got entered in the event. So the 1NZ Sam Waddell currently sits on 25 points. He's ranked in 8th position. 2NZ Grant Flynn with 19 points and 19th. 3NZ Steve Cowling with 20 points and 14th. 5B of Steve Flynn has 24 points, ranked 10th. 6M of Gary Edwards with 15 points. He's ranked in 20th. The 7M of Brent, so that was the 6M of Gary Edwards. He's got 17 points, ranked in 20th. The 7M of Brent Emerson with 15 points, ranked in 23rd. The 7T of Paul Simon with 14 points, ranked in 29th. the 8H of Craig Cardwell, 27 points, ranked in 4th. The 8S of Craig Corf with 11 points. He's got a top ranked in 31. The 16R Mark Osborne, 22 points, currently sitting in 11th. The 16S Thomas Corf with 15 points, sitting 23rd. 17 M of Peter Dixon with 28 points. He's currently leading it. The 21N Ian Burson with 27 points, currently sitting in 4th. 23P of Mick Quinn with 28 points, currently sitting in 1st as well. 24A Ben Harding with 17 points, sitting in 20th. 26A Wayne Garnett with 10 points, currently sitting 34th. 26N of Shane McIntyre with 11 points, sitting in 31st. 27M Chris Callum with 27 points, currently sitting in 4th. 27S Joe Ingram, 15 points, currently ranked 23rd. 33B Chase Rodder with 15 points, currently sitting 23rd. 34T Ray Stewart, 27 points, currently sitting 4th. 36A Mike Pegler, 7 points, currently sitting 38th. 46E Paddy North with 10 points, currently sitting 34th. 46M Matt Smith, 20 points, sitting in 14th. 48A Wade Jennings, 8 points, sitting in 37th. 49M Bodie Abrahamson, 20 points, sitting in 14th. 53M Mark Hutchins, 17 points, sitting 20th. 58C Richie Taylor, 22 points, sitting in 11th. 63 Nige Moe with 25 points, sitting in 8th position. 77K Roscoe Creswell, 13 points, currently sitting 30th. 79S Richard Drever with 9 points, currently sitting 36th. 88N Dave Monero with 11 points, sitting 31st. 92 Scott Hayward, 15 points, sitting 23rd. 94M Caitlin Hayward, 22 points, currently sitting 11th. 96A Lance Jennings, 3 points, currently sitting 39th. 99A Shane McIntyre, 20 points, sitting 14th. 124 Dan Corrin with 28 points, also sitting at the top of the list in 1st position. The 492N Campbell McManaway, 20 points, sitting in 14th. 817C Jackson Lovelady with 15 points, sitting 23rd. Those are your points after the first 2 rounds of racing for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. So a number of guys already bagging very valuable points, and a lot of them still a tad of work to do and get some more points, as we look like we've got problems down there for the 25 mini stock.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I don't know what happened, but we'll just wait and find out.
Hans, I think a really valid point to bring up after the how close all those are with the points. A lot of guys already tied. Of course, that's going to change with the different grids coming up. But it just shows how valid that discussion was in driver's briefing about if they were tied on points, would it just be the standard old marble draw, or basically a heads or tails on a coin toss. So what it means, having decided that it's now on the fastest lap, these guys will be looking at the points thing. It's tied up here. I actually want to make sure I can get a fast lap, or as quick as I can, because it might make a difference of, well, it could be several spots on the grid for the final feature race tomorrow night to decide the Hyperdrive New Zealand title.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. As you said, that fastest lap time, that's really going to be a setting point. So as the 88N of Dave Manera comes out on track, the last car we've been waiting for. So the grids for this one, heat number 7, groups A and D, 1 and 4. Off the front, the 24 car of Ben Harding. So that will be a vacant spot. Then alongside him was meant to be the 36A of Mike Pegler. And Mike's actually not out on track yet either, so we could have a vacant front row. 492 of Campbell McManaway will go from grid number 3. Grid 4, the 6M of Gary Edwards. Grid 5, the 49 of Bodie Abrahamson. 96A Lance Jennings, he's back out on track, so this is going to be valuable for him. He will start from position number 6. 58C Richie Taylor will go from grid 7. 33B Chase Rodder from grid number 8. The 17M of Peter Dixon from grid number 9. 23P of Mick Quinn from grid 10. Grid 11, the 53M of Mark Hutchins. 1NZ Sam Waddell will go from grid 12, and the 88N Dave Venera off the back in grid number 13.
We're in for a hell of a race here because the two late model type set up side by side, and the 1NZ in behind, and Hutchins, who so good in the first and spun himself out going so well on the second one. So there's 4 super fast cars right here. Richie Taylor up the front, Manaway, Edwards on the outside. Quick shout out too for Ron Dawson Sound, who's come along tonight and cleaned up what was a bit of a shambles in the audio department here when I turned up on Tuesday, and made everything a lot better. The FM's going and everything, so good thanks to Ron Dawson, who's doing all the audio at the Springs, does Leadfoot, does a few other tracks. So yeah, big thanks to Ron for that, and a shout out to all the people around the country and overseas watching on the live stream. Nice to see you enjoying it. Say hi to Sarah and Shane down there in the South Island. Good Rotary fans. Hope you're loving it. Got a racetrack here that is one of the best we've seen, and it really is turning on a show. It's great to hear all the drivers so happy about the track that they've got tonight.
I just alluded earlier on this, Malcolm, but for this race, we've got the whole front row missing. Obviously, as you said, 24 Ben Harding, unfortunately can't get out for this one. We're also missing the 36 of Mike Pegler.
Yeah,
So
well, Harding there trying to get the car in the transporter to get home and do repairs to get it out. It's just got too much damage for tonight. Pegler's, that car of Mike's is just really not on the pace of these super saloons, so it's probably, he might have just decided not to start this one because he doesn't want to be parked out the front of this big field. It may not actually have an issue. I do know that he's done that in the past. Anyway, here we go. Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Champs next heat. This will be a good scrap up the front. There'll be stuff to watch everywhere in this one. Keep your eyes wide open. McManaway, Edwards out the front. Dixon gets ahead of Quinn. Richie Taylor backs in the 58s. Edwards has the charge. Oh, Quinn's gone out to the wall, gathers it up. Just misses the concrete. So he'll have to come back and recover from the rear. Jennings with issues, parks the 96 on the infield.
A real shame for him, the 96 Lance Jennings still just having those tingling issues.
Here comes Sam Waddell in the 1NZ. Trying to stay in touch with Dixon. Quinn trying to fight back. Quinn up the inside.
The race order is the 6M of Gary Edwards from the 492N of Campbell McManaway. Bodie Abrahamson in the 49 car in third position at the moment. Then go back to the 33B of Chase Rodder with Richie Taylor in the 58C and behind him fifth position. Then it's back to a hot firing Peter Dixon in the 17M machine with the national champion 1NZ of Waddell just in behind. Down through turns 1 and 2. 7 laps left to run now for the 6M Edwards transport car of Gary Edwards. McManaway hot on his heels and behind. Bodie Abrahamson in the 49 placemakers machine trying to find a pass as well on the 492 of McManaway. They're splitting away from the rest of them and creating a nice little gap now between themselves and the 33 of Chase Rodder. Oh, look at this, the Peter Dixon 17M machine and 1NZ Sam Waddell. Sam Waddell gets a little bit crossed up on the exit of 3 and 4. Dixon right out wide by the wall, trying to find a pass on the 58C of Richie Taylor. Down through turn 3 and 4 they go. It is Edwards, McManaway, Abrahamson, Rodder, Taylor, and then the 7M Dixon. Waddell now. Waddell up the inside of Dixon, going to try and find a pass. They're going to possibly go too wide down through turn 3 and 4. Waddell. No, it is the 58C of Taylor. Waddell gets through past both of them. Past the 58C of Taylor and the 7M of Dixon. Dixon trying to find an avenue to make a pass on Richie now. As laps back down, it is 2 now to run for the 6 of Gary Edwards. In the
492 of Campbell McManaway from the 49 of Brody Abrahamson. 1NZ Sam Waddell sitting in fourth spot on the 58C of Richie Taylor. Then go back to Dixon, Hutchins, Quinn, Manera and Rodder to round out the top 10. Last lap, white flag flies, 1 now to run for the 6M of Gary Edwards. Down through turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4, sorry. He will exit and down the front straight. Edwards will pick up the win. From McManaway in the 492 in second. Third home will be the 49 of Abrahamson. And the 33 of Chase Rodder. From the 49 of Abrahamson, then go back to the 1NZ Sam Waddell to round out the top 5 from Dixon, Taylor, Hutchins, Quinn, and the 88N of Dave Manera. But put your hands together for this guy, the Edwards Transport 6M machine. Gary Edwards picks up the race win. Second home was the 492 of Campbell McManaway, and then the 33B of Chase Rodder to claim third spot. But again, as well, a fantastic drive there from the current national champion, 1NZ of Sam Waddell. He picks up 5th position. He, in fact, came from grid number 12, so he moved up 7 spots. 1NZ of Sam Waddell. And fantastic drive for him. All right, put your hands together, folks. The 6M Gary Edwards Transport machine. He will pick up heat number 7, groups A and B, 1 and 4 for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Heat 8, groups B and C coming out shortly.
One, two. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Ingram in the 116A. Second place is Jake Berry in the 23C. Third place is Lloyd Clark in the 7A. Fourth place is Ryan Hoskins. And fifth place is Elijah Simpson.
This, of course, heat number 8. Groups B and C, 2 and 3. 92M, Scotty Hayward will go off grid number 1. 34, Tia Ray Stewart go off grid number 2. 63.99 from grid number 3. 40.60 heading off 4. 21 Ian Bursing from grid 5. 26A Wayne Gunning from grid 6. 2 NZ of Grant Flynn from grid number 7. 27S of Joe Ingram from grid number 8. 124M of Danny Corey from grid number 9. 77K Ross Brutos from grid number 10. 16S of from grid number 11. 94M of Caitlin Hayward from grid number 12. And 16R Mark Osborne from grid number 13. 12 laps, race distance, hyperdrive, New Zealand Super Saloon title. These are the qualifying races to work out the grids for the 30 lap feature tomorrow night. And down through turn 1 and 2, Symmetry Pen, the lights are out. We'll be going next time around. 12 laps the race distance. Watch for Scotty Hayward. He still wants to bag points after that first race he had here tonight. So the lights are out. We go down into turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4 as they get set and ready for a start. Side by side, they are off and away. Super Saloon with the hyperdrive. Title 34 team race to a night. Watch for Scotty Hayward. Good points here in this one.
Well, Stewart's just had a moment coming on floor, so he just steps back a bit. Oh, watch out for Burson. Burson on the charge up wide, coming off turn 2, around the outside of Moe.
2 race winners from earlier. Both from the game forward, level points here in this one. Race order is the 92 from Scott Hayward. From the 34 ticket race to the 21 in on Ian Pearson in the 63.95. Getting off the 46 car over in the top 5. From Flynn, Torrent, Osborne, Ingram and Garnett to the top 10. But still Hayward down the back straight through turns 3 and 4. Leads this one away from the 34 race to it, then back to the 21 in Ian Pearson. Oh my, and heading off in a good little battle side by side there. Oh, Corrin with an important pass. Flips the ball on the way forward down the back straight. He's trying to find an avenue down through turn 3 and 4. Corrin and Flynn side by side down the front straight they go. Corrin ahead of Flynn at the moment. Flynn with a hard charging. Osborne and Crawford behind. Flynn needs to hold on here to get some points in the bag. Osborne still trying to do the same as well. He's trying to look for an outside pass. Flynn right on the click of it at the moment in the 2 car. He's trying to hold off a charging Mark Osborne. Problems potential for the 1-2-4 car of Dan Corrin. Right out by the wall down the back straight. Keeps going this time around. He's going to have the hard charging doing him on Grant Flynn trying to look at the inside of him. As
Garnett.
16 on Mark Osborne.
Garnett's turned around and won. So they got yellow.
And we go back to the last concluded lap.
Great race.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I'm just watching the 1-2-4 car of Dan Corrin here. He could have issues. He's lost a couple of spots there in those early ones, but he seems to be running properly. That's right. Really wheel. It's got a bit of a wobble with it.
Normally take a bit more than that this one now.
So the 1-2-4 Dan Corrin car. So Garnett will go to the back being the cause of that. Wayne Garnett spun down in 2. See the cause of the incident.
So 92. We've just lost this.
So
92M, Scotty Hayward is your race leader. .34T, Ray Stewart sitting in second position at the moment from the 21N of Ian Burson. Still on yellow, so we'll go once more around. Watch for the 63, Nige Moe, still wanting to get some more important points in the bag, as to the guy behind him in the Burger King car, the 2NZ of Grant Flynn. 1-2-4 car of Dan Corrin there as well. He is sitting in seventh position and a possible problem in that car as well. Hopefully nothing too major. So as they file down the back straight, lights are out, we're going to go green. We've got 5 laps to run in this one. Scotty Hayward, current race leader. We get set, we go green, we're off and away. So it will be the 92 of Scott Hayward, who will lead us down into turn 1 and 2, 24 of Ray Stewart, just sitting in behind him. Burson and Paddy North running up the top 4. Watch for Paddy North down low, trying to make a pass on the 21 of Burson. Not going to get it done this time around. Meanwhile, it will still be the 92 of Scott Hayward holding on to this one. Burson and Stewart battling for second and third at the moment. Burson looks down low. He looks up high. He's going to go try and go right up high. Oh, does he clip the 34 of Ray Stewart? He has. So we've lost the 21 in of Ian Burson.
Well, the reason for that, Burson, you won't be able to see that from the commentary booth. Hans, Burson turned around down there in turn 4. Ian Burson. All of that hard work out the window. A real unfortunate loss on points for him in that one, so he's going to have to go off the back. He's only got 4 laps to make as much ground as he can. So that is really going to hinder his progress through this one. So order is the 92 of Scott Hayward from the 34T of Ray Stewart. He makes the 46E of Paddy North. 63 Nige Moe. Sitting there in 4th spot from the 2NZ of Grant Flynn. Up to him, it's the 1-2-4 Glenn's Glass and Aluminium car of Dan Corrin. As we get going and green again, the 92 Scotty Hayward will lead us away on the restart. Watch for the 34 of Ray Stewart. He will be trying to catch up and make a pass on the 92 of Scotty Hayward. He hasn't got quite the distance to do so yet at the moment. Corrin at the back, going infield hard, so Corrin.
So we lose the 1-2-4 of Dan Corrin. Earlier race winner. That is really going to have to knock the wonders for him. Oh, Ray Stewart comes the back straight ball as well.
Burson on the charge, as we've seen in the past, trying to make his way up. That's his mistake in that one. He is clawing his way back through the field, round the outside of Creswell.
So the 92 is Scotty Hayward, your race leader. He's pulling away a little bit from the rest of the field. 34T Ray Stewart sitting there in second from North. Nye, Osborne is running on 5. Ben Flynn, Hayward.
Great battle there. Sorry, Hans, with Osborne in the 16, trying to make ground on Flynn, but he loses a little bit to Corf, comes back.
So it is white flag out, less than a lap left to run. It will be check flag for the 92 of Scotty Hayward. Second home will be the 34T of Ray Stewart from the 46 of Paddy North, and then Nige Moe and Grant Flynn to round out the top 5.
Good couple of spots made up for Burson just to claw back a little bit of that ground that he lost, but he'll be gutted, not for the first time tonight. We've seen guys doing really well and then just having a moment. So we can't let it catch up with him and just see what was behind that.
So 92 Scott Hayward was your race winner from the 34T Ray Stewart. Third home was the 46 of Paddy North from the 63 of Nigel Moe, and then the 2NZ of Grant Flynn to run at the top 5. So one more heat to run, and that will be heat number 9 of the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title, Groups E and Groups F. Groups 5 and Groups 6. Of course, just remember 2 more qualifying races tomorrow night for these guys to gain points, and then the top 18 will go through. After that, we'll then have the repechage for the last 2 positions. The 20-car field 30-lap winner-take-all final of the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. (6M) Gary Edwards. Of course, we saw him in Groups A and D taking the win. Second home was the 492 of Campbell Manaway. Third was the 33B of Chase Rodder from the 49M of Bodie Abrahamson, and then the 1NZ of Sam Waddell. Now we move towards heat number 9 for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon title, Groups E and F, Groups 5 and 6. What we'll do at the conclusion of this as well, folks, is as quick as we can and accurately as we can, we'll give you all the points crunch after these heats tonight. So prior to the 2 final races tomorrow, we'll give you the points rundown of where we sit at going into tomorrow night racing.
They'll probably be posted up, but also we will all definitely go through them again. If you want to get home, we'll definitely, because we're going to finish a really good time here tonight. Prestige Bulls, Waikato Park from Speedway. We will go through them absolutely tomorrow before the meeting starts, so you can be ready for the last 2 heats before we get our finalists.
Now here's
the repechage.
Here's a quick one I'm going to test you on, Mel. I've just won the race. I've come off the track. What have I got to do? What have I got to do here?
Well, you got to fix my headphones so I can hear. There you go. You got to go to the weighbridge. Who forgot? Did someone forget to go to the weigh scales?
No, of course, those watching on the live stream will see this, but for those not, once you've won the race, as you say, you've got to go to the weighbridge and you've got to be set within that weight.
Oh, do you want me to tell you the weight, including driver and fuel?
Depends on the driver.
No, well, it depends on what your engine capacity is. The bigger your engine, the more weight the car's got to be. So if you're running a 420 or something on a big stonking donk, you need to got to carry more weight in the car. The advantage of that, if you've got a light car, big engine, you can put ballast in and affect where the weight is in the car that you carry.
Rio, heat number 9, Groups E and F. The grids as follows: 79S, Richard Drever off grid 1, 46M of Matt Smith from grid 2, 7M, Brent Emerson from grid number 3, 817C, Jackson Lovelady from grid 4, 27M, Chris Cowling from grid number 5, 48A, Wade Jennings from 6, 26N, Shane McIntyre from grid number 7, 5B, Steve Flynn from grid 8, 7T, from grid number 9, 99A, Shane McIntyre from grid 10, 8S of Craig Croft from grid number 11, grid 12, 3NZ of Steve Cowling, and 8H Craig Cardwell from grid number 13. This, of course, the last heat of the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship here tonight. Of course, night number 2 tomorrow. We've also got stock cars and street stocks on the program.
So watch for the two Cowlings in this one. Both very good drivers. Past national champions as well, both saloons and super saloons.
Carbo too from the back of the field. The latest iteration of the Pro-X chassis. Same factory as the Cowling cars. Danny MC just out in front of us, in fact, in the commentary booth, watching the racing, watching his boys, temporarily losing them behind the porticom as we get underway. Oh, the 79, this could end in carnage. Slow car on the low line, and they've all had to get out of it. That could have ended up in absolute carnage. Somehow, miraculously, they've sorted themselves out. So it'll be Matty Smith that leads them. Go back to Jackson Lovelady. From Emerson, Cowling, Flynn. Up the inside. Oh, this will be trouble. Lovelady and Smith get together coming off floor. Effectively, they sort themselves out. Battle in behind. Emerson. He's got Chris Cowling and Steve Flynn in behind him. Oh, who's going to go wide? Steve Flynn. He likes the line. He likes the line outside. So he's got 50 to it. Oh, they're just hanging on the Emerson, throwing them hard. Now he's going to have to switch to the outside. Emerson hard to pass. He's all wide on the track there, coming off floor. Cowling switches out wide, gets caught out of the marbles, loses 4 car lengths. Just like that as he watches Steve Flynn drive away from Emerson out in front though. Matty Smith. From Jackson Lovelady. Steve Flynn for the pass. Up the inside. Doesn't quite get it done that time. Goes to the outside. Great battles at the back of the field as well. So Smith, Flynn around the outside of Lovelady. Can he hang on? No, it's Marbles out there. Or McIntyre. Ex-champ. Cut a left rear tyre. He will park it on the infield.
5 laps to run for your race. 46 in of Matt Smith. Over the 817C of Jackson Lovelady from Steve Flynn at the moment. Sitting in third. Then it's Nicky Emo. Brent Emerson in the 7M car from Chris Cowling in the 27MC. But we go for Simon Cardwell, Dreamer, and Steve Cowling from round out the top 10 in the Prem. Steve Cowling and McIntyre making the pass and now Courtney's got up the inside of the 7M. So still 46 of Matt Smith, your race leader. Now,
sorry, side by side, Carvin would pass the 7 car. Paul Simon from Cromwell. Oh, Emo's parked it up the goat. He's brought the 7 car to the infield.
Less than a handful of laps left remaining now. In fact, 1.5 laps for your race leader, the 46th step of Matt Smith. With the lead over 817C of Jackson Lovelady at the moment. White flag will fly, 1 to run now for your current race leader, the 46th of Matt Smith.
Watch out for Cowling here. Can he make the pass? I tell you, Lovelady's on song now. He's right on the back. Smith, here comes Cowling. He backs into the 3 and 4. He's got to try for the hell pass. Around the outside, he can't get it done. So it'll be Smith from Lovelady. Cowling. Steve Flynn.
Great Cardwell cover.
Back of the field, some great wide. Great Cardwell. Just round those up. That will be the last little leg of the feature of the heat races here by the Drive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. We'll just wrap those points in a moment to the top 10 here for the key 2 halves. But great driver. Boy, if you're going to shoot off, don't forget pits will be open soon and the pub rooms as well. Great chance to come and catch up with some of the teams and drivers. Hope you've enjoyed the racing tonight on one of the best racetracks for a night one for a New Zealand Super Saloon title I think I've ever seen. It has just been brilliant. And well, we haven't had, Ben Harding came within a whisker, but no one upside down. Not a lot of damage. Harding probably with the most. As Matty Smith comes around with a checkered flag, very good win.
heat win for him. Boy, it's even, isn't it, Hans? It's so even out there. There's a few guys that are really showing themselves, the likes of Dixon, Chris Cowling, that drive before. Epic.
That is going to be absolutely astounding tomorrow. Fantastic another night. 2 qualifying races, a repechage, and then that 30-lap final.
And we've got some showers forecast. It should be good for tomorrow, though. How much? I don't know if we'll get as much moisture in as we had this morning because it was phenomenal. But boy, just Super Soon Championship. Can't beat it.
Let's just make a quick fact here. Waikato Park has the biggest pole line in New Zealand, 460 metres, but one of the skinnier tracks, and that is going to make for another fantastic thing.
But the pole line, that's
460 metres.
It's bigger than Bay Park.
460 metres.
Oh, we need to get a ruler out. Really? Well, got me. But I'll tell you what, I bet Bay Park wouldn't mind having that race service at the moment, would they?
Probably would not.
In fact, most tracks would like that. Anyway, so have we got that last, you just confirm the last one though, or just unofficially?
So unofficially on the last race just been Groups 5 and Group 6. Groups E and F. 46M Matt Smith with the win. Second home, the 817C of Jackson Lovelady. Third was the 27M of Chris Cowling from the 5B of Steve Flynn and 8H Craig Cardwell to round out your top 5 for tonight. Qualifying for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow night, night number 2. 2 qualifying races still to come, a repechage, and then a 30-lap final. We've also got stock cars and street stocks on the program as well, so a fantastic night of action tomorrow night as well. 7 o'clock start. Don't be late, it will be a very, very busy night. Of course, we will be bringing all the action. Keep up to date with the latest on the club's Facebook page as well as the website. All the information will be available on there. Points, as well as any updates throughout the day, if there's any changes to the race program or postponements should the weather prevail. Hopefully not, but keep an eye out there as we'll be set and ready to go. Points and updates will be provided on those 2 sources throughout night and throughout tomorrow. But we will be set and ready to go. 7 o'clock tomorrow night here at Prestige Pools Waikato Speedway. Night number 2 for the Hyperdrive New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Haven't quite had those last couple of points come through yet confirmed, so I can't give you those, but as soon as they are on, we will provide them and be set and ready to go for tomorrow night, night number 2. Make sure you're here nice and early, 7 o'clock start, of course, and we'll be set and ready to go for our second night of racing